it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll just send this to dude.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, oh!
Right, for real. Yeah. Should send it to me. I let him hear it. Yeah, yeah, that's happened before. But did you hit save and go live? Because that's usually where I messed up. That I wouldn't confirm it.
Hold on, changing our tags around.
Yeah. Because for a while, man, it's like it got stuck on Zenith for me, and so I was playing a different game, but it was still reading as Zenith.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It would be like,
This ain't Zenith in my line. It was Zenith. And it will be Zenith again eventually. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
I'm just saving myself some workload.
Right? Uh-huh. God. I love Zenith. Yeah.
Hello.
Yo!
Oi.
Welcome to the show.
What's up, everybody?
I'm Scott.
And I'm
Trey.
Phil. Oh.
It was after.
It's
Yeah. I'm still
It
Trey.
worked.
Motherfuckers act like they forgot about Trey.
Damn, I can't believe I've never made that one.
Still.
Yeah.
You know? What up?
Oh, fucking Sifu. That's
yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
Sifu.
All right.
Sifu.
Phil, go ahead and
I'm
jump
jumping
in.
right in.
Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
go.
I had to counter that.
Oh, yeah. Well, this week, hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Trying to stick to a structure,
There's
guys.
a lot of
What's a
excitement this
structure?
week.
There is. There's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, the boys and girls of rock and roll.
Oh, you know,
Rock and roll.
Today we're talking about the Chipmunk Adventure.
Chipmunk's
Nostalgia,
great
nostalgia,
adventure.
nostalgia.
Great adventure.
oh, it's great
Is it
adventure.
Great Adventure?
Oh.
Every time I
Chipmunk's
looked
Great
it up,
Adventure.
it was
It,
just...
it totally just said the Chipmunk
Is
Adventure.
it just
Yeah.
a Chipmunk
Yeah.
Adventure? Am I just remembering this as being more magnificent than...
It was pretty
Probably.
great.
It's great.
Good.
Right.
I thought it was Chipmunk's Great Adventure. It might be just a
I
Chipmunk's
think it's just
Adventure.
Chipmunk Adventure.
I think
then.
it's just
well, that's the
Chipmunk
way I have it
All right.
on our title.
So that's the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is.
Things will never
That's
be
what you
the
get.
same.
I love that song.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, it's Chipmunk's Adventure. You're right. So be it.
Anyways, Phil.
Well, so
What do you think of this?
talk about structure.
Yeah, right.
Sifu, fucking Sifu. It's taken over. I've tried to do other things. I really have tried so hard to play other games. I've figured out the system. I've figured out how a lot of the things work. You can totally go all the way back, and you still have not only your unlocked skills, but the points you've put into unlocked skills.
Yeah.
So I've basically just been farming.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, like that bottom group of skills, you lose them after you're 29.
Right. Yes.
So you kind of have to knock them out early. So I've just been going back over the first two levels,
like the one
over and over
for
again.
the weapon degradation.
That's a
You
good
lose
one.
that at, like,
That's
25.
the weapon mastery, dude. Weapon
Yeah.
mastery is a serious deal. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
One that's also a fucking serious deal is the slide kick. Dude.
Yes.
Being able to run in and trip somebody up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You
Yeah.
know? But now that I've figured out a couple of like how to deal with people, you always want to put them on the ground if you can.
Yes.
You know.
Totally.
And you always got to make sure that you do the ground pounds at the right time and you do the finishers at the right time. You can use them to get out of pretty much anything. You can work around. And I've gotten to the third boss at 26. That's the lowest that I've got to.
Props.
Yeah. She's fucking hard. And she has a 3-section staff, and it's just it's a mess.
Yeah.
But her second form, I found out she throws a bunch of kunai, and you can totally grab them back and throw them back at her.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So you just keep doing that bottle catch and keep doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, God, that game's so hot,
It's
though,
hot.
dude.
It's hot.
That's good.
Very hard, very hot. But I did take a little bit of time to play this new Cyberpunk update. Right?
Okay.
I've only
What are your
spent.
Well, never mind. Go on with what you're gonna say. 'Cause
Okay.
There's a lot here.
Yeah. I don't think it's enough to get me to play through the game.
Right.
That's what. But I do really want to experience the first couple hours of the game because, like, that shit's amazing. Like, really, the way they set up the story and all that, I loved it the first time. I'll do it again. It's just after that point that I kind of felt like everything fell apart, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm playing on the ray tracing mode, so I'm playing on 30. It's definitely harder to control. It's a lot like you were talking about with Horizon, going back and forth between the two of them, right? The gun plays definitely better at 60, of course.
Yes.
But the ray tracing mode is so pretty, dude. Oh my god! Like the subtle lighting on clothing and indoor areas and stuff like that, and all the reflections and the way that they use a lot of the lighting techniques is, I mean, it's one of the best looking things I've seen. I really wish I could get ray tracing and 60 and 4K.
That's why you just have to beef up that PC.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's the proper way to play those
if
games.
we could find GPUs.
Yeah, see that's the
only.
big problem, man. It's like, I have a friend who's a big PC gamer, and that's all that he thinks about ever is just, those super high frame rates and super high resolution.
Yeah.
And that's
you
cool
want it all. You want all the
right.
boxes.
Well, that's where we were advertised as being in the console, this console generation, which isn't true.
I think that it isn't true because of older software, though.
Well, right, because we are also, having to think about older hardware.
Once Unreal Engine 5 shit starts coming out, I think we'll get
once we're not also thinking about like PS4, Xbox One, and once all that's over, then we might actually we'll see tricks in order to give us, both. We'll see angles, right?
Angles.
And so angles. But that is problematic because if you're playing on console, you do have to make that choice. And with a game like Cyberpunk, it's hard to want to hoes are laughing. Yup. It's really hard to want to kind of forego your graphical fidelity just so the game feels good to play.
Right.
And
especially when that fidelity is
so good. But I think with an FPS like Cyberpunk, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you play it at 30, like that's fine.
It's solid, man. Yeah. The driving still sucks ass.
Yeah. They said they tightened it up.
I mean, maybe it's just because I played Forza recently, which
That'll do
feels about perfect.
Right.
Yes.
Nah,
man, it still sucks.
Wow.
Like it's way too physicsy. You know
that's what they said. They said they made the cars heavier now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Great.
Yeah.
Is that good?
I mean, it feels like I'm playing MotorStorm, but with bad controls.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Has your car gone through the ground at all though?
No, but I did get caught on a rock. And I couldn't do shit about it because it's not like it's like Halo where you can like flip your Warthog and get it out of the spot. No, it's just stuck.
So the whole ass
like
car
just
got
fucked.
stuck on a rock.
Yeah, yeah. It ruined my day. Stop playing.
Like a rock. That's insane.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's insane. So how far have you gone into it? Okay. How many hours?
Well, so you started it.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you meet up with Jackie at the beginning. You find out that you guys have an iguana, and then it goes through like the little cutscene of you two broing it up in Night City for a little bit.
Montage.
A little montage. Synthwave montage. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, like a little bit after that, I got to the point right after that and started messing around.
So you went to your apartment.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
and that's about as far. The reflections are way better, and now you can completely customize yourself at any point in time, which is kind of dope. It's not something I care about particularly, but it's a it's a serious upgrade for this kind of game. Like it's the kind of thing that should have been there initially.
Yeah.
You should be able to change your hairstyle whenever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
so many weird half-shave hairstyles. I got to try all of them.
There are a lot of them. And, it seems like this patch, 1.5, which is very fucking late, and honestly, I believe that it's poorly timed or interestingly timed.
Right
There's
before
too
Elden
much,
Ring, like what the fuck?
Like right after Horizon, right before Elden Ring. Like what are you doing? You got Sifu around the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're stacked up. We got what's that? Final Fantasy.
Stranger Paradise.
Stranger Paradise around the corner as well. Forspoken's around the corner. Borderlands is around the corner. So even for FPS fans, that's
Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's Fall is like what on the 3rd of March, right? So it's like this is a weird time for this.
Yeah,
and
bad timing.
then you have to ask yourself, who is it for? Because there are a lot of people who have been loving Cyberpunk, since launch.
Yeah.
They've been playing it on PC or on their PS5, and they put hundreds of hours into it.
Yeah.
But there's not enough new content to really warrant them coming back.
There isn't.
It's really just for those people who haven't played the game before. And so if that's your target market, then now's just a shit time, bro.
Because I gave up on it early enough that starting a new game isn't that big of a deal. I mean, I might have put 10 hours in the game before, and that was mostly me walking around and looking at shit.
Right.
Yeah, so that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'll restart the game.
Well, I mean, does this fix any, like, bugs?
It
or
fixes a
anything?
lot of bugs.
Thousands of
So
bugs.
maybe
Yes.
that's the reason
That-
for it.
yeah, this
people who got
actually-
burned by all the bugs
Yeah.
when they initially played it. Maybe that's who it's for.
Right.
Right. But here's my argument. To that point, that means that person who already played it and stopped playing the game because it had so many bugs, that is firstly assuming that they still have it on their shelf.
Right.
You have to
Right.
remember that a lot of people were refunded.
just like, fuck this game.
Well, a lot of people sold it, traded it in, but
Right.
a lot of people were also refunded because they were giving back refunds. Sony brought it down from the PSN market. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So you're assuming that first and foremost. Secondly, you're assuming that people have space to install this.
Sure.
It's 100 gigs,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This was a 63 gig patch.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it's massive.
yeah.
And so with all these other things coming out,
Yeah.
if you have an SSD on a PS5, I'm sorry. Like, I
Yeah.
hope you don't have COD installed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Horizon. Shit, fuck Horizon. KOF 15 is like 68 gigs.
Jesus.
No way. It's
Yeah,
that big?
It's huge. It's
Fuck,
huge.
dude. I
And
installed
so-
it. I didn't even look at how big it was.
Right, because you got an additional SSD. You
Yeah,
got
it was
mad
just like,
space,
whoop.
son. Yeah, you got mad space,
I don't
son.
even need to worry
You know?
about space.
Right.
I'm
What
probably
is-
going to have to
what
delete a
is
few games when I
space?
delete it this afternoon. Or when I
I wonder if the
install it this
PS4
afternoon,
version is
but
that
yeah.
big.
It might not be.
Yeah, because
know?
I also installed the PS4
It would be
version.
textures.
I have to.
Right, and so
Which
it's
is a whole
30 on
different-
PC. Yeah, that thing's huge, man. And so
Damn.
yeah, like Sifu's sitting out like what 60? How large is Sifu?
No way. No, it's more like 9 gigs. It's
Was
a
Sifu
small.
9?
It's
Sifu
a
wasn't
small
9,
ass
though.
game, dude. It's a small ass game. Hey, Robbie,
Yeah.
do the quick research for us.
Yeah, how big is
Sifu?
Sifu?
And it's Shifu, by the way.
Shifu.
I found that out.
Yes,
You know
it's very
Ranton.
China.
You know who Ranton is?
No.
Ranton is the shit. Ranton is a streamer, and he makes fucking amazing video reviews. He was like a Shaolin monk for a while. He speaks fucking Chinese, German, Russian, English. Like, he speaks fucking 4 languages, and he'll do them all in the same video just because he gets hype on shit.
Oh, wow.
He's hilarious though. He really has some of the best editing. See, he said 9. Like 9 gigs.
Well, you're talking
Like
about Sifu.
Shifu.
Shifu. Yeah.
That's also the master
Shifu.
from Kung Fu Panda. That's what
Yeah.
I
Oh
was thinking.
yes,
That's
absolutely.
Dustin Hoffman.
Right. Well, that's what Shifu is. It's-
Exactly, yeah.
He's just the master, man.
Right.
And so, but
Yeah.
there's just a lot of factors at play
Oh, yeah.
that make
Weird
me
timing.
wonder about the
Weird
timing.
timing.
I feel like if they would have waited till April, that they could have had a greater impact.
And they haven't mentioned this Witcher 3 next gen update yet.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling we're gonna get a similar situation. They're gonna wait until another bad time to release this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then just drop it without telling anybody.
Well, I mean, and of course, it's all because everyone's trying to do. That's why all this is coming out right now, right?
Yeah.
The end of the fiscal year, and everybody wants to try to make their money, their annual revenue.
They put
And
it on
so-
sale. They actually put Cyberpunk on sale as soon as this new
That's the
new
smartest
patch
thing
came
to
out.
do.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to get people to readopt.
Yeah.
Well, and
yeah.
too, and like from a I don't even know, like from a public relations standpoint, they're probably trying to foster a little bit, trying to gain back at least a little bit of that goodwill
They
that
have
they
to, dude.
that they
Yes.
lost with
Yeah.
the initial release. So I mean,
Which this is the game that they should have released initially. That's the thing. Right now, we actually have what seems to be a mostly complete game.
Yeah.
You know, now whether you like that game or not, that's a completely different
That's
problem.
subjective,
You know,
yeah.
Well, they just shouldn't have released it for previous gen consoles.
they shouldn't have.
They
man,
shouldn't have
but
done that.
They had to
you know?
keep a promise. Everybody's. Ugh.
It's better just to break that promise and save face than it is to just lie and be like, okay, well here it is.
Yeah.
And so whatever, man. I feel the same way that you do. Like I
Yeah.
would love to delve back into Night City because it is very interesting,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of I hate to say charm, but we can say that.
I like I like
there's a lot of style.
There's a lot of style. There's a lot of like atmosphere going on.
Yes.
It's got a
some
vibe, dude.
It's
those crackheads
dancing,
it's got that dude that sits there and plays the guitar. And his hands actually pretty much do what they're supposed to.
All those commercials and shit. Dude,
Yeah.
like you can see that they put so much work and effort into this game.
And they almost hit that GTA level of sarcasm with their commercials. You know, they
Uh-huh.
almost did it. GTA's got a special niche for that, though.
Well, but now I wonder
Oh,
if
yeah,
Cyberpunk will end up being better written than GTA 6.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Without
thinking
Dan Houser, I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
of like Vice City and 4.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
those are particularly funny. 4 is super funny.
It
to
is
me.
very, very
That's-
funny. Yes.
I didn't even really like that game that
Nico.
much, but it was so funny.
I
It
love
was
that game. I really did, dude. I really did. It had a lot of problems, like the driving itself. Was a
Again,
pain
the
in ass.
driving.
The
Come
driving
on.
was,
If I gotta be in a car, can you at least make it fun?
Right, yeah.
Just-
for a GTA game, that was
Yeah.
like the worst driving
Shit.
ever. Yeah, and so I hated it. Anytime I had to get into a car, I'm like, fuck, man.
So what
I
y'all
gotta
been
go
doing
pick up
now?
Roman.
What y'all been? Oh, Roman. Wow, I forgot about that guy.
Let's go bowling.
Let's
get a
go bowling.
Fuck you, Nico. Yeah, Scott, what you been up to?
I mean, other than Comic-Con on Sunday last week.
Yeah,
The one
we did
named
the
Sailor
comic.
Scoop,
Yeah.
baby.
Shout out to Lime and Kokoro and Six.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
we had
that's right.
Sora was there.
Sora was there,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Haru was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I finally
man,
got to
man,
meet
shout-outs.
a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
That
It was a cool meeting.
Shout
You're
out to
actually
Iana.
finally putting
Iana
a
was
face
there.
to
She
the
was.
names. You know?
Triceracop.
Yeah, Triceracop. That was awesome. Sailor Scoot made his debut.
Yes.
You know?
Shout out to Sailor Scoop.
Which, if you'd like to see Sailor Scoot, go to our Patreon.
You have to pay for that.
Shout out to my nigga Gojo. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Look at him on the
Look
dance
at
floor.
Gojo.
Do you see him on the
That's
dance
right.
floor?
He's
Yeah.
just looking
See, look at him over there.
smooth.
You can tell by the way he uses his walk.
Oh, he is a ladies' man.
Oh,
No,
No time to talk.
No time to talk.
But yeah, you know, other than that, this week I've been kind of out of the loop. But the past few days I've kind of caught up on a few things. The new episode of My Dress Up Darling this morning, that show's turning out to be probably my pick of the season.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
really,
crazy,
it's
man.
really good.
Yeah.
And I just started another one called Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagato.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Teach me, Miss Lychee.
That's right.
No, it's basically, hey, you know that girl that picked on you in high school? Wouldn't it be really cool if she actually wanted to fuck you?
Oh, wow.
Kind of
okay.
thing. Yeah. So it's like, you know, the characters are really cute, and it's a lot more nuanced than that, obviously.
Yeah, but that is a pitch,
but-
Scott.
but-
That is
yes,
a pitch.
It is. It
But-
is.
Yeah.
But the relationship that they have is kind of like a preschool relationship. Like, oh, I like this girl. I'm going to put dirt in her hair. That
Yeah.
means I like you.
Yeah,
kind of
well,
thing. So that's
man.
what the girl is doing to the guy. And
So it's
he's
like a
just a little
schoolyard
flustered,
bully.
meek. Yeah, he's like a
Yeah.
little flustered, meek little geek kid. And, like, she's a garu. Man, and it's really funny because also My Dress Up Darling is also a galu show, which is like, you know, is this like a new subgenre of anime? Like, hey guys, galus are actually people too, and they're nuanced, and it's not just a trope
Right.
show. You know?
They're trying
know?
to prove it. Well, it's like
Yeah.
you said that isn't there a trope going on where it's like the single 30-year-old lady?
Single, no,
like-
the working
Yeah, there you
ladies,
go, yeah.
single 30-year-old lady,
Yeah.
thirsty for, you know,
Yeah.
thirsty genre.
That's right. Yeah.
That's coming in
There's a market
prominence.
for that.
They see a niche.
Definitely
They,
a market,
you know, you
yeah.
fill
I'm
it in.
all about it.
That's
I'm
what
all
you do.
about it.
What happens
Get
after
anime
15?
out of high school.
Ooh.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
There is life after 15.
Right.
Believe it or
exactly.
not, high school is not everything.
And yeah, other than that, downloaded Ruby City Girls 0.
Yeah.
Oh,
That shit's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
real good. I think they did a really good job updating it. I didn't realize that this was actually a port of a like beat 'em up from the 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah. From that same
Oh.
franchise. It's not
The
called
Kunui-kun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the first appearance of the girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
so isn't there
That's so
another
great.
Kunui-kun game? coming
There's a
out?
bunch.
There's a
well,
shit.
no, there's
There's a
like
whole-
a new one.
Well, there's
that's-
a new River City Girls.
No,
Yeah.
no.
River City
It
Girls
had
2.
Kunio in it and everything. It had.
Well,
This has
it
Kunio
has
in
Kunio.
it. You play as Kunio,
Oh.
Ricky, and
And you'd have the girls, and I
yeah,
think that there were a couple more
not-
characters that they're adding.
oh, really?
I think so.
I think it's just 4.
No, I think you
'Cause you
unlock,
switch
in
between-
River City Girls. You can unlock the 4.
You
Oh,
can,
okay.
But in
yeah.
River City Girls 2, I thought they added a couple more characters as well. But we
I don't
only
know.
saw one trailer, so I'm
Right.
not really sure what they're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
do
not
with
sure
that.
about that.
Yeah.
But in
okay.
Zero, like you pretty much have the 4 main characters from the word go, and
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
switch between them.
Okay,
like,
and
as you're
the
playing.
girls' names are. Do you remember their names off the top of your head?
It's you know what? Fuck it.
Because it's funny because one of the girls doesn't even go to that school.
No,
Like,
yeah.
She
Well,
just-
they both don't.
Just like we kicking ass. I'm coming with
I
you.
think there's only one of them does go to the school. The
One
other
of
one
them does
doesn't.
go to
Like
school, but it's-
Misako, is it Misako, the dark-haired girl?
I'm looking this up.
And how much does
I-
Arc
I
System
wanna
Works
make
have
sure
to
I
do
get
with this?
Right.
This
This is them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their property.
they're
It's
just
always been their property.
shining on it. You
Right.
know, it's like.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's the Guilty Gear team working
Well,
on
I
this.
wouldn't
That's
say
all
the
I'm
Guilty Gear
saying.
Team,
Okay.
Per se, but I mean, it is the development house.
Right,
you know?
right,
And
right.
so,
I just wonder how much Guilty Gear DNA is in it. That's all I'm
Right.
saying. You know, how
Well,
much?
as far as like
you
the
know,
storyline,
Nah.
No, the gameplay. I mean, as far as the gameplay,
Not
like did they?
really.
Did they?
Not a lot.
Just
You
Man.
kind
haven't
of
played
a
it?
standard
No, I haven't played either of the
beat 'em
River City Girls.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Why
I've seen them.
not?
Dude,
I don't know.
they're
Why
so
don't I have
amazing.
Streets of Rage 4? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know,
That's
man.
a very
I
good
don't know.
question.
And now
Yeah,
I got
you
Sifu in my life,
You
so it's
gotta
hard to
fix
put
that.
another one
I
in
wish
there.
there was multiplayer in Seafood. It would change everything, though.
It'd
There's a
fuck
reason.
it up, dude. He's got to
Yeah.
be that one man army.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's-
Absolutely. But River City Girls, man, like it's
River
so
City
lit.
Girls is
That story
high.
is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
story is so crazy because them bitches is crazy.
I mean,
Well,
they'll
in the
fuck
way
you
they
up. I
added
know that.
in Zero, they actually added a like intro scene with the girls like as their designs from River City Girls, the first one. You
Right.
know, and they're
Okay.
kind of this like 2010s like anime style, you know, of character design. But in the like actual like song intro, like at the very
Oh,
beginning of the
dude,
game,
shout out to
they
the
have
music.
a fucking early 90s design of anime, and it's
yeah.
fucking hot. I love it.
Oh, it says ArcSys just published it. Yeah, but dude, Arc has always been the ones that. So is Kunoi-kun their own little studio or something? I don't know.
Hold on. Are you looking for the name of these
I
ladies?
am. I'm looking them up.
It's research time, guys.
It is
You know,
research time.
well,
we should
I mean,
do
the
this
internet
beforehand.
is because I have Wi-Fi turned on. That's probably the
Say
problem.
goodbye.
Yeah, let's not say we did. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Megan McDuffie.
Yeah.
She's the lead vocalist who does like all the music for River City Girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
And,
okay.
dude,
yeah.
she makes some bops, man.
Yeah.
She makes some bops, and so she's actually coming back to do the music for River City Girls 2 as well.
Dope.
Awesome.
And so in
Dope.
that trailer, you get a Megan McDuffie song.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
it's so vibing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Who's the one that does the Ruby stuff?
that is God, man.
What's her name? Because you were jamming on her like last week.
Yeah, and the simple fact that I can't think of her name off the top of my head is
Way
kind of,
Forward. I got you. Okay.
um,
Way Forward is the name
Casey
of the
Lee
development team.
Williams is her name.
Yeah, Casey Lee Williams.
Yeah, Casey Lee
there you
Williams. And it's so funny because you know you think about them in a similar wheelhouse.
go. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
just due to their work.
Uh huh.
But they're both absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And so even like separate from the games themselves, just sitting there vibing to their music is just fantastic. And it's funny because like you let somebody hear this music and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good song, and then you tell them where it's from, they're just like, oh. And all of a sudden they don't take it
Man,
seriously
I'm
anymore.
telling you. Yeah.
Which I think is
it's
just so
video game
ass.
music.
Yeah, that's so ass.
Yep.
You know, like I mean, if it's a beautiful piece of work, it's just a beautiful piece of work, right?
I mean, I remember
Alright.
listening to some Mega Man X music and having a girlfriend tell me it sounded like cell phone ringtones, and I was like,
Oh shit.
It's like, you know what, this isn't gonna work out. I don't think we can do this anymore. You know, but are y'all gonna play River City Girls? Do you care about
Way
spoilers?
Forward did Windjammers 2 and
And
Streets
Yeah.
Streets of
Yes.
Rage
Yeah,
4.
Mhm.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
I-
GG's already go.
I definitely want to play those. I just
Uh-huh.
don't know when. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
All right.
So, hold it.
hold it. Okay.
Hold it.
All right. Because I mean, the story gets it's just
It gets
funny.
wild.
It's
Okay.
just funny.
It's
Like
hilarious.
the
It's very
whole
meta. It's very
yeah,
meta.
super meta.
Yeah,
And so
like because the intro in
How have you
River
not found
City
these
Girls, man, look it up. I'm having trouble. But the intro in Zero is literally them finding the game. and being like, "Oh, hey, look, I picked this up. Apparently, it's our first appearance. Hey, we should play this."
No.
How are they gonna update this? Oh, I don't know. Make some quality of life choices or quality of life upgrades, and maybe put in a new intro, some new cutscenes. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, it was Kyoko and Masako. So
Kyoko and Masako.
Yeah, so Kyoko is the one who doesn't actually attend the school. She's just hanging out with Masako, and then they're just like, "Where's Ricky and Kunio?
Yeah.
Where our
They're in
boys
jail.
at?" You know, it's like,
They
oh,
have
they
to
didn't
break out of jail.
They didn't come to school today. I guess we got to kick everybody's ass.
Yeah.
You know, and they do, and it starts in that classroom. And then what's her fucking name? I keep wanting to say Masako because that was my favorite.
Kyoko.
Kyoko is just like Masako. Kyoko is just like, I don't even go to this school. And it's just like, wait, what? You know? And then it starts in the classroom. You're just beating the shit out of everybody, hitting them with trash cans and shit. And that's
so
it.
good. So good. I love it.
And then someone threw a chair.
That's funny, man. That's funny. Did you spend a lot of time with River City Ransom back in the day?
No, actually.
That's
Really?
a good game.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not
River
not a lot.
City and Renegade. I love the shit out of Renegade. You know,
Just
those
that style, their character designs.
Yeah,
the
those
little,
tall heads.
Yeah, dude. It's like here's a
love it.
rectangle, bro.
Yeah.
The actual sprite designs,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is in Zero about them, but they
What
remind
up,
me.
Sora?
Yeah,
What up,
what's
Sora? What up, Fam Bam?
But they remind me of when the Muppets tried to do actual people.
Oh.
You know,
wait,
like
like in the
actual
Muppet
humans. Like
Oh,
they look
yeah,
like
gotcha,
human
yeah.
Muppets.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's good.
it's
I
a
don't
little
know.
weird, but it's kind of charming too.
I don't know
Like
what
Dr.
made 'em-
Teeth.
Oh no,
Yeah,
not quite
God,
like that.
no,
I'm
dude.
thinking more like Scooter.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
got you.
I don't know why those sprites look so cool because they also use them in the dodgeball series, like Super Dodgeball.
Lurkin.
You know, and
got
lurking for support.
lurkers.
You got lurkers. That's,
We appreciate it.
that's merch.
We appreciate lurkers.
That's merch.
Lurkers.
You know.
So what about you, dude? What you been doing?
Man,
I mean, I know. kinda what you've been
I've been struggling.
Mm.
I've been suffering. I've been having a real hard time.
So many things.
I just don't have enough time in the day.
Mm-mm.
You know, there's only 30 hours in a day, so I don't know how I'm supposed to play all these games.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, okay, so
You gotta do the time
Zenith
warp again.
just had, a massive update. We talked about that last week, and so trying to spend some time exploring those options, all well, good and great. But then that gave us, after our late cast, that gave me Sunday to do anything.
Right.
And then Monday, KOF. Boom, And so I'm like, okay, I can play some KOF, try to power through Death's Door. I think I'm at the end. I could technically finish Death's Door, but it's one of those situations where now you have all of your skills unlocked. So go back to the beginning and play through every area, and now there will be areas that
they
you
ghouls and
couldn't-
ghosts you.
Yeah,
No!
they're straight up. That's that Metroidvania. It's like, okay, well, time to go back through the whole thing.
What about the
And
inverted
so-
castle?
Exactly. And they told me, they're like, yeah, it's like you can go this way and finish the game, but
Yeah.
don't you want to go and find this other shit? And it's
you're
like,
like, yeah, I
do. Will there be more dialogue? And so,
More
yeah.
pothead.
And so then, Monday hit and KOF 15 dropped, and so went ahead and started playing that. That's lit. We'll talk about that in a second. And then, fucking Horizon, man.
Which I've been watching you play some of that.
It's
beautiful.
It is
it's
gorgeous.
fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about, instead of just going into detail about this, we'll just do news jutsu and just go straight on into it. Because what have I been doing this week is our first two topics. So
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Might as well just
Horizon.
go ahead.
Oh my God, dude! For Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, so it's live. It's here, ladies and gentlemen, boys
How are
and
them
girls.
robot dinosaurs?
Oh man, they are shiny.
Hey,
and they
did you-
got bright
Do
eyes.
you see them Legos, guys?
No.
Do you see them Legos?
Legos.
Wait, from Zero Dawn?
No, from Forbidden West. They
No,
released a tall
What?
neck set. There's a tall
Oh,
neck set,
shit.
and
How much
it
is it
looks
going
good.
for?
It's $80
Oh,
because
that's not
it's
bad.
not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, I think Legos are fucking expensive in general.
Yeah, they are.
But
Yeah.
unless you get basic ass bricks.
Well, that's why you got somewhere like Second and Charles, right?
Yeah.
Where you can like cut it up like cocaine and
Oh, damn,
bag
I
it
didn't
up.
think
and
about
they
that.
sell
Yeah,
it
you
by
totally
weight,
can.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I need an eighth of these Legos, dog.
You
got
I just need a whole thing of reds. Just give me reds.
I only like the 2 and 4 bricks.
2 and 4s.
You got any
Don't
of
give me
them?
no odd bricks.
Yeah.
You got any of them bushes?
Nice.
Trying to build a house.
Seriously,
I
man.
need shrubbery.
They do sell Legos by weight.
They do.
That is
Oh,
fucking
Yeah, dude.
hilarious.
They let you play with them and everything.
Totally,
You scoop
yeah.
them up, put them in a bag. You know what I'm saying? Get some women stripped down to nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Titties out.
Yeah.
You know, scooping up the Legos
Scoop
for you, cutting them up. You know?
Don't you be hiding them.
You got a guard behind him with a Nintendo Zapper.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
right.
With a Super Scope 6. Don't y'all bitches be stealing my Legos. You know?
I wish I had a Super
Cutting
Scope.
the blue
man.
Oh, man.
Legos with yellow.
For real. And they never saw Martha again. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, there
Jesus,
is
man.
Horizon Legos
That would be a
now.
hilarious sketch.
There's also a Jurassic Park Lego set coming out, but I'm just saying
Nice.
they're doing a lot of cool franchises now.
They've been doing a
I'm
lot
hopeful.
of cool franchises.
I'm hoping on that Bloodborne set, but you know,
I mean,
we'll
that's
see.
not too far-fetched. It's really not too far-fetched. But no, man, Horizon, God, man, it's like this is one of the most next-gen, cross-gen games, like, period.
Even on last gen, it looks fucking brilliant.
PS4 Pro, it looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really, really good, man. And so, you know, I'm really, really impressed with it. I've been streaming it from the very beginning, so you can check the channel if you want to just do a playthrough, walkthrough, whatever. But it's like I started playing the game, and I played it for maybe like 3 hours, 4 hours the first night. You know, and you know me, man. I'm thorough. You know, I check every nook and cranny. I'm always looking for shit, and you know, there's stuff hidden everywhere in this game.
And you pretty much start out with that grappling hook, right?
No, you have to get that.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
but
I
you get
popped
it pretty.
in,
You get it pretty soon.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
it's like maybe like an hour in, somewhere like that. It's not that bad. But there's also a lot of dialogue, a lot of cutscenes. But yeah, man. So you know, I'm doing my thing, and then last night I was streaming, and you probably saw this. And then all of a sudden we get the intro montage, and the credits start rolling. And I was like, that was just the
Hours
intro.
into it.
That intro was like
Dude.
5 hours long. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy talk. Now I'm sure there are people who could beeline straight through the story and not do any of the side content, and it may take them less time, but still, that took me completely by surprise.
Seriously, and it was beautiful. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just Aloy riding across all these different landscapes. And
Which that's all real time rendered on the 5.
It is, man. It's
That's
all
one of the
real-time.
weird things that they did to like make it work on the last gen consoles. Is any of those they just pre-rendered the cutscenes?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Smart move because you still get the quality of the full scene. You know, you get to see the brilliance of what they were going for,
Right.
without it like completely going to shit because you know.
Because there's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
You know,
And-
like even when we think about weather, even when we think about like the foliage, you know, like
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
easily like see the path that you're like
Dude.
walking on, stomping on grass. You know, I mean, you can sit there and watch an animal. If you're tracking like a boar, you know, the boar will be moving, and you'll see the path that they took through the grass. So if he gets out of your eyesight, then all you gotta
You
do
can
is be
actually
like,
track
you can
it.
actually track it.
Dude, it's hot.
That's
Yeah.
so crazy, man.
Yeah, all the stuff interacts with you in a lot more of a realistic way. Like all the little bits of grass and plants and all that stuff. It's not just there and kind of has an animation. Like it folds when you move past
It
it.
deforms
all-
when you
right.
interact with it. It's sickening. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, man, this game is one of those things because you know, anybody who's watched the stream, and from this point forward, I'm just gonna apologize to everyone because I will be switching back and forth between performance mode and fidelity mode, resolution mode, because there's some scenes that are just, you know, it's absolutely gorgeous,
Right.
but it's running at 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it does kind of give you that playing underwater feeling a little bit, like it's a little bit
It's a
slow.
little jarring.
Yeah, it's like it's not as snappy. And when you're in combat, you got to be ready to move because these things want you dead.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
they also wiggle a lot.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. There's a whole bunch of movement, and there's a whole bunch. It's just a lot. But when you switch into that resolution mode, man, if you go into the photo mode and like you zoom all the way up to Aloy's face, like just seeing all the details like in her face and her lips, you know, you can see like hairs, like little baby hairs on the edge of her face, like all around, like giving her a very human appearance. Like it's and that
dude,
exists.
that guy you were talking to, he kept putting his hands together, and like the way that they grasp each other,
like hands,
like and the way that the subtle shading on each of the fingers and all that stuff. I was just going like, this is blowing my mind, and I'm just looking at this man's hands, like it's not even, and the water. Fucking God, the water.
Yeah, the water's next level. The water's God tier.
This is the best looking water I've ever seen, and it's not just like being in the middle of the water, like
on the surface of the water, like looking through the water.
The way the water hits other objects, like on the beaches, and like kind of smoothly, and then it foams out on the edges. It foams out,
and then you can also see like just like different levels of depth, like from range, from land. You can be like, okay, that's shallow water because this color,
and it has that nice caustic like
the nice caustic ripples and shit. Then you get further out and the waves are kind of undulating, and the water's like deeper blue, and it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Because this is really simulated water. This isn't like just a canned animation. This is simulated water.
Exactly. Like this water is coming down a tributary. Like there is a larger body of water that the rivers are flowing into and from. You know, like if you like sometimes I'll just follow it. I'll just follow it, man. It's like I'll find myself just running down a river. Yeah. And I'm just like, what am I doing? You know, now there are things hidden underwater, and you can get like a breathing device, and they do have underwater areas as well. Yeah.
You get like a rebreather.
Yeah, man. And so, yeah, like there's
like what Batman had?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Batman Forever.
dude. So I mean, they are slaughtering it right now. I mean, I'm really happy for Guerrilla Games, you know, because this is.
Man, that next Killzone is going to look so good.
It is.
Ooh, and this Horizon VR is going to look so good.
You know what? That's one thing about playing this that it really kind of brought to my attention is just how amazing Horizon VR is going to actually be.
It's going to be,
you know, like this is the engine that we're going to be. This is what we're doing in VR. Holy fucking shit! It's they're coming to play, and so I don't know, man. I'm in love with it, and it is available for PS4. So if it's something that this is Sony's Zelda, okay, this is the best. That's the best way to describe it.
I think I get more out of it watching you than playing it personally. To be honest,
probably.
Yeah,
okay,
because I absolutely want to check it out. I want to see it and all that, but I feel like you appreciate the exploration side a little bit more.
I love
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like for me, exploration needs to come with a hard boss.
Right.
So that's why
that will
Elden
happen
Ring
because did you ever play Zero Dawn? Did you play through it?
Yeah, but I didn't play through it. I got like maybe like to the end of the second area, the deserty area. Yeah.
So, but that means that you know that every once in a while, Horizon will just be like, you'll be running along, and then the next thing you know, you'll fall into a fucking hole.
And there's some crazy shit
down there. Like that's one thing about this game. It's like they will just pop things like that just out of nowhere.
The snake boss looked hot.
Oh my God, those 3 snakes were sick. You know, and you know, here's my only thing. Here's my only problem. Poor Guerrilla Games, and I guess is it their timing, or maybe everyone's out to get them. I don't know.
What you mean?
Because Horizon Zero Dawn is suffering from the exact same syndrome as Forbidden West, and that is timing. Last time Horizon Zero Dawn, when it came out, it was a week before Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So you had that Zelda-esque game
with a bow.
Main character has a bow. It looks very Sony. You got your blacks, you got your blues, those fucking blues. You know, but it's still not Zelda. Zelda was a week later, right? And so all of a sudden, no one's talking Horizon. They're talking Horizon for a week, right? This time, they've got Elden Ring around the corner.
I think Elden Ring is a little bit more specific than Zelda.
I agree, but I also know that Elden Ring is so overhyped that a lot of people will be putting their attentions on it.
Oh yeah,
because it's Elden Ring. It's like the most. It's like the biggest title of the year for a large percentage of people.
Yeah.
You know, and so people who don't even like Souls games, right? Same people who bought. You know, they're going to be buying Elden Ring.
Yeah,
they're going to do it. You know, and so. I just feel bad for them. I'm like, and I know they'll be fine. I know they'll be fine. But it was like when I went to work the other day, and you know, a friend of mine was talking about Elden Ring. I was like, it's not. No. All right, it's Halloween. It's not Christmas.
It's,
All right,
you
don't start selling Christmas decorations yet. All right, it's Halloween. God damn it, slow down. And so we were just having that conversation. But as a PC gamer, he was very candid about it. He was like, "Well, I can't think about that because I can't play it." And I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah.
And he won't play it on his PS4
Yeah.
because it's like going from playing games on PC to playing on his PS4.
Right.
He's gonna do nothing but think about
Right.
how jarring that is. And so,
Does anybody at work have a 5 that you know?
nope.
Because I kind of struggle to think of that many people that we know that have a 5.
Yeah,
You
there
know?
are 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's weird to. I guess because we have the opportunity to talk to each other. No, there are 4. Because Bob and Kayla have one as well.
Oh,
Kayla's
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, she's playing Horizon Forbidden West as well, which I would love to get her opinions on that. So we're gonna have to have that conversation. But still, we're fortunate enough to be able to have conversations with each other about it enough that it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like we're the only one.
Yeah.
But if you put us in a different room,
Right.
that changes very quickly.
Dude, I was telling somebody a while back about it. I was like, yeah, we stayed up launch night and jumped on Best Buy's site, and we had to refresh it
People
a couple
act
times.
like you had to kill somebody. Like,
Right,
what'd
no.
you have to do to get that thing,
That's what
man?
I'm saying. No,
Like,
because I said this to him. I was like, yeah, I
I
got
had
one
to be
launch night.
persistent.
He was like, I don't even believe you. I'm like,
What?
What do you mean?
but-
Like,
but
I'll,
it's like
I'll
a
show you the
PS5,
receipt if
it's
you
like
want
a
me to.
mythical
It's like, how much you pay
unicorn.
for it? I'm
Yeah,
like,
they had to,
retail?
Retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to go out into the forest
Uh-huh.
and like actually like
Blood sacrifice.
Blood
Yeah, blood
sacrifice.
sacrifice,
It is.
yeah.
Yeah, had to do it. I remember that. You know, the stains won't wash away.
And
You
to pray
know?
to the elder god.
Right. And so, it's funny, man. It's like you look at this screen cap, and it is. This is
looks
this is
good.
stock. But it's not far from the truth. And a matter of fact, the actual game looks way better.
Actually,
than
yeah,
that.
this looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks more like the performance mode. Performance mode
yeah.
kind of has that a little bit more of a cartoonish look to it, which is not a bad thing per se.
Yeah, for real. Like, they called Robbie and they were like, yo, you want one?
Uh-huh.
Or they emailed him or whatever.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who got those emails,
Yeah.
but some people didn't respond to them in time
And they're like,
because
well.
you still have to get into a queue.
Yeah.
And so you have to respond at a certain point in time, and then people don't like to try. People like to.
People do not like
They don't like to try.
You're
It's
right.
like, I want to go and get this thing. Oh, I can't get it. Oh, this sucks. And it's like, well, just keep at it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like every day.
But also,
check that
don't
stuff.
buy from scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not support them.
Fuck those people.
Fuck those people.
Let their
man.
stock rot on the shelves. I don't care.
I don't know. Rob them. Anyway. Oh my God! All right, redacted. But no, the interesting thing before you go forward, the interesting thing about even looking at that image is it makes me think about the difference between performance and graphical mode.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because performance mode will really kind of narrow your focus into Aloy and what's around her. But when you go to the graphical mode,
Everything
it
pops,
really
huh?
well it draws your focus out.
That's weird.
Looking at
Huh.
the clouds, the sky,
Yeah.
looking at just kind of the layering in the distance, looking at the way that fog clings to the mountains in the
Yeah.
distance, things like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like
Is it like Red Dead? Like Red Dead 2? The way
yeah.
that one has that scope and you start looking out on the horizon,
And
you're
you're
like,
like, oh my God, for real, that's going to take some time to get there. You know
Yeah.
what? Yes and no. I feel like the place where the game kind of falters is in that traversal aspect. Like, you don't see a mountain out in the distance and say, oh, I wonder
I'm
what's
gonna
on top.
go
of
there.
Yeah,
Like
right. It
Skyrim.
really doesn't
Yeah.
happen as much.
Yeah.
It's really kind of a bit more focused. It's like, okay, here are my objectives. What's around that?
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I feel like the climbing mechanics could be better.
Yeah.
You know, she
Yeah.
can't just climb on. There might be a wall that's 2 feet
I saw
tall.
you trying to get into that place,
It
and you were
kills
like,
me.
"Come on!"
Yeah,
I should be able to hop
see that
right
you
over
can
this.
grab that Aloy,
Right.
but she just won't do it. You know, and so I feel like the climbing and traversal could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, she will get stuck on objects from time to time. There's a little bit of jank. There's some pop in. You know, it's not a perfect game.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting, to see the sheer level of polish to it, and then those cracks are way more glaring.
Well, before
know.
we move on, you got a rating? You got an initial score.
If I have to, we gotta put
out
this
of
one
5
as
potatoes.
5 potatoes.
5 potatoes.
Oh, why they gotta be potatoes? That's bad.
I like potatoes.
I'll give it.
I was thinking of a
depends
good
on when you
combo.
get the
I'll give it
Sour cream.
4.5 boxes of French fries. Hot and fresh.
Ooh, see, there you
out
go.
the grease.
There you go. Out the grease.
Fresh out the grease.
With some
Freshly
seasoned salt.
salted.
Fresh out the hood. Yeah.
Out the grease.
And also, I think while we're on that subject, we need to start a hood vent cleaning company and call it Boys in the Hood. I do think that would take off. Right?
Yes.
I do
That's
think
great.
that would take off. Yeah, Kokoro, fresh out the hood. Sorry, just
no,
had to
man.
slide
Boys in the
that in
Hood.
there.
Oh, that
Boys
is,
in the Hood.
that's brilliant. That's brilliant. So KOF,
Wow.
because you didn't even mention this one. This is another release right here.
I mentioned it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, and yeah, I have to apologize for last week, guys. I was under the impression that the game was cheaper than it was. I was looking at King of Fighters 14,
Yeah.
which was surprisingly still $40, and so that just didn't process. No, this game expensive as fuck. Yeah, it was like
And you bought the deluxe edition.
I did.
So what do you get with the deluxe edition?
Nothing.
Was-
I'm just serious. I'm sorry.
you
get the
a week.
You get the right. Yeah. Well, you got early access, which was the biggest
Right.
point. You also get all the DLC. You know, you get the teams, and so
Yeah.
that's the deal. You get the Mark of the Wolves Terry Bogard costume, and for those of us who love
Shit,
Mark
I
of the
got that with
Wolves,
the standard edition.
that should be a pre-order bonus though. I think it's a pre-order.
Oh.
I think so. Maybe.
I just
Maybe
got
not.
it.
I'm just trying to remember what was on that list.
Yeah.
Outside of that, art book, audio, shit that I never use.
Mhm.
You know, really, it's all about the DLC. 'Cause
Digital art books are bullshit.
They are.
I want an actual art book.
I mean, only
Yeah,
because you can go to a
but-
website and look at all them
Right,
pictures.
that's what I'm saying,
you know,
yeah.
like
I'll
there's
print
no
'em off.
room. Right.
I don't know. I enjoy them at times.
The digital art books?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend money on them.
Right.
That's what I'm
Right,
getting
I
at.
got
I don't mind the art.
I don't mind if it comes with the game.
I don't
Yeah,
like the digital
but-
soundtracks because I
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
have to sacrifice using my console
Just to listen
just
to
to
the
listen
soundtrack.
to the
Yeah.
soundtrack that
You can't take it
it's
anywhere.
on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could play that soundtrack in the background of Sifu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can play a game and listen to that thing, and so if they gave you like videos or whatever, like you know what I'm
Something,
saying,
yeah,
that'd be
something
really
else,
cool.
Yeah.
But usually that's not the case.
So
I
what's
gotcha.
your flavor on KOF so far? And yes, Robbie, we will be playing KOF tonight.
And no,
But
I
he got it
haven't
on PC,
gotten
you
it
can't play it.
yet.
Well,
but
you
I will
haven't
be.
downloaded it.
I haven't downloaded it.
Yeah.
I have it.
We
I haven't.
he shares
downloaded
my PSN, so I bought it. So he's
So
got
I
it.
got it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, Robbie's playing on PC, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, you
So-
would do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we had to talk about it too.
Damn,
He was just like,
Robbie.
that's what he wanted. And so buy it again, man.
Do what you want.
Because crossplay only exists right now for Steam and Epic,
Oh, yeah.
and so
Yeah.
there's no.
Why did you
console
buy it
crossplay.
on PC? Whatever. Okay.
Right, hey,
Let's
man.
just-
Don't do it.
To
Don't
each
do it
his
to
own.
yourself. Don't do it to yourself, baby. I was
You
thinking
have
the same
a
thing.
PS5.
You know you got people to play with.
And you got people.
You might
like,
double dip. Yeah, you know,
Give SNK
hey,
the
give
money, man.
SNK
They
the
deserve
money,
it, dude.
Absolutely.
And then also buy Metal Slug Tactics when it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I barely played it. I picked it up and basically like played like a round or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yep, it's KOF." And then I just, went back to Sifu.
Well, it's KOF, but it's KOF on crack. You know
Yeah?
what I'm saying? Like, yeah, once you start getting used to those systems. Look, I feel like,
Yeah, 'cause I don't know
honestly,
shit
because
about 'em
there
yet.
was already a patch yesterday, actually, because they had to tone some things down.
Mm-hmm.
Damage output is ridiculous in this game. Like, once you actually understand the systems, damage output is ungodly. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like 80% combos, like I've seen a couple of touch of deaths, but I think that they nerfed those characters.
Okay.
And so they're gonna have to do something about that because it's a bit much. And I think that it's one of those things that could end up keeping newer players from really wanting to learn the game, like going online and then you're getting hit by a TOD and it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Like that's a whole lot. Because like you said, it's KOF, which means that the barrier for entry is kind of high.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, just to get into a rhythm and understanding of movement and
It's a different
commands.
beast.
Yeah, it is, and it's very specific.
KOFs have always been kind of unbalanced, though,
yeah.
and I don't
With all those
really
characters.
right, and I don't know that I want them to be terribly balanced. But then the problem is that we live in the world of everything is supposed to be competitive.
Right.
Yeah.
So they probably are giving into that, which kind of sucks to me because I always liked that about KOFs, how you'd have these broke-ass fucking boss characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the boss character. Actually, the boss this time isn't really that bad.
Really?
I mean, they do work.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. They do work. But if you're playing with a character that you're familiar with, if you're playing Terry, you'll be all right.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
if I'm rocking Benny Maru, because that's my dude, I'm gonna be all right.
Benny boy.
Benny boy, and they got him with my boy's got like a spray tan. My dude's like dark skin with blue hair. I'm like, let's go, you know, because he playboy. You know, he's a natural playboy. But I mean, really, the game is fun, man. It's awesome. Like I think we'll have a good time with it.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, and so but it is more Street Fighter than it is anime. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Like, have
yeah.
you ever been a Street Fighter fan?
Oh yeah.
specifically? Okay.
I mean, I
You like
grew
Third
up.
Strike.
I grew up with 2 Turbo.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Totally.
That's what's
and
up.
like in the 2 just in general.
Yeah.
And then me and you used to play a shit ton of Third Strike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I didn't really get into
4 and
5
Yeah.
because I don't know, it's too bulky for me.
Well,
I think
I
as
yeah.
4
I feel
went
like
on,
this is
4
similar.
felt more, classic. but,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Same for 5.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
just my opinion on it.
Well, I just wonder how you'll receive this game.
Well, we played the
because
beta.
I don't even know if I'd call that playing the beta.
There was
honestly.
like 6 fucking characters, and I got tired of.
I got
Yeah,
you.
we played like a couple of
I
rounds.
didn't get tired of seeing Charmy though.
We didn't actually.
Right.
Oh, God, dude, she looked like her
No.
back hurt.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we didn't really take the time to actually learn. Like I played with my
True.
friend Nathan
Yeah.
the other day, and he's a Street Fighter head. Loves Melty, loves anime fighters as well.
Yeah.
But at first, it was hard for him to get into the rhythm of the game. Like, I'm
Right,
sitting here
right.
like,
Well,
okay,
yeah. Well, I was gonna say that's like that's just inherent with the new fighter a lot of the time. Anyway, I mean, fighters in the same series, you can say.
well, yeah,
this
that's
is
the thing. It's like
Yeah.
SNK fighters are just a different.
they're a different
thing.
beast. Yeah,
You
a
know?
whole different beast.
They're a
Well,
whole
shit,
different-
you picked up some Last Blade.
yeah.
Doesn't that feel completely out of left field? Where you're like,
Man.
okay, we do it
It's
this
so
way
old.
over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some people aren't used
oh,
to
you
like,
can get slashed like 4 times and you're
Yeah.
dead.
Right.
Oh,
Like, some people aren't
it's
used to,
hot,
like,
but man,
quarter circle back to half circle forward
yeah.
motions. Like
Yeah,
those
yeah, totally.
motions are
Uh-huh.
they're very specific.
Well,
you
that's
know?
like the half circle back to forwards for
The pretzel?
grabs.
The
For-
pretzel.
no,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
just
okay.
just like the Daimon grab,
Right,
for instance.
yeah.
It's the Potemkin grab. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm not used to those as much. Like
Right.
360s are easier for me to pull off than half circle to forward.
right.
But it's a thing.
It
Yeah,
is what
you
it
got to
is.
do the rocker. You
Yeah,
gotta do
exactly. You gotta do that
you
rock.
gotta-
You gotta get used to it and get used to doing it like within a couple of frames.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's
Yeah.
where the barrier for entry can be a little higher.
They have different inputs. It is crazy to think that SNK actually had kind of their own inputs.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
totally did.
It's like going to Mortal Kombat, where all of a sudden you're pushing direction button instead
Right.
of pushing,
yeah, actually, like
Uh-huh.
half
the
circle
rock away.
forward to
Yeah,
half,
yeah.
quarter to 3/4 of a circle
Oh,
because
geez.
they'll do shit like that. But in KOF 15, they seem to have calmed all that down. I haven't seen
Okay.
any of their
No
really
pretzels?
crazy. I haven't seen any pretzels
Okay.
yet. You
Yeah.
know,
Have you
haven't
played
seen
with
any-
geese?
Geese is not out yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
Geese is going to
team's
be
not out yet.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Team Southtown is going to be the second
Okay.
DLC, and so we'll be having.
He's got blisters on his fingers.
I know. He said
He said he had carpal
told me
tunnel.
yesterday,
I
He said,
saw
I
that
had carpal tunnel. He said I broke my hand. Oh,
no.
Why's your hand broke?
You're gonna have to
playing
do
KOF?
exercises first, man. You gotta,
right.
Right, you gotta stretch them thumbs
You
out.
old man stretches, you know. Yeah, yeah. So
put on your little warm up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Could put on your what is it?
The wristbands, that's exactly what I'm thinking of, like, have the-
like finger strengtheners or whatever.
yeah, the claw.
I got my grip master going.
Right.
I'm gonna go over here and juice oranges.
All right.
I'm gonna fucking
That's a workout.
training
Oh, man.
montage.
It's like in the old martial arts movies where they're sitting there like doing knife hand into the sand.
In the sand,
In the hot
into
sand.
the fucking
Ugh.
sand. That's right.
You know, like, yeah, dude.
Training
there's-
regimen is intense.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot to talk about with KOF, man.
Yeah.
The story is
More like king of fuck
interesting.
my hands up.
I mean, not for you and I.
No, that's right.
We good. Yep. Over there, like what? Your hands hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
What are you
this
talking
feels
about?
great to me.
I'm breezy over here. I'm just loud.
Take
Man.
these clacks. But yeah, man. So we'll be playing it on the late cast tonight.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Join us.
Join us.
King of
and
Fighters
you'll-
tonight.
You'll
That's
be able
right.
to check it out with us.
Recca time.
Recca
Bodega.
time.
Bodega.
We'll be able to get some good first impressions in.
Uh-huh.
So that'd
Heck
be cool.
Uh-huh.
Super hype.
So I have a bad first impression of this.
Mm.
Why? They're rebooting Futurama.
Mhm.
They're fucking
How long
rebooting.
has it been off the air?
Well,
Been
okay.
like, what,
So
10 years? Has it
well, no, not exactly. Because yes, it got canceled in the mid 2000s. I don't remember exactly when it got canceled.
Yeah.
And then they did 3 movies,
Yeah.
and then Netflix picked it back up for another
Like
3 seasons,
2 or 3 seasons,
right?
And then it was
and it ended.
And it ended.
It actually
ended really,
ended.
really well.
The ending was probably the best thing out of those 3 seasons. Like
I didn't watch it. How did it end?
it was-
Spoilers.
I mean, but
the
it's
thing is,
Futurama. Like
I
Futurama
barely-
fans have seen all of Futurama.
Right.
Yeah.
I was never a big Futurama fan.
I
Oh,
loved
okay.
it.
See, I'm
Yeah.
a huge Futurama fan.
Huge,
Like
yeah.
that's
Right.
yeah.
Basically, they get stuck in it. The ending episode is they get stuck in a time loop. Lilo are not in a time loop. They freeze time except for Fry and Leela.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so they end up so for the entire Earth, the things are just frozen.
Why?
Some device.
Okay.
Yeah.
The MacGuffin device.
Yeah, pretty much.
Went
yeah.
off.
Okay.
And it froze time.
A time
Okay.
bomb, if
A
you
time
will.
bomb.
A
if you
time
will.
bomb.
And so they actually end up hooking up and
Of
living
course.
their life and growing old.
Right.
And then at the very end, the professor comes back through like a time hole, and it's just like, "Hey, we figured out how to fix this. We just need you to literally go back in time."
And they're like,
so
we
it creates.
don't want to do it.
Well, no, actually, they were just like, "Well, I mean, we could just relive our entire lives again." So it basically creates a connection between the very last episode and the very first episode of the series.
Good.
Just
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
so it's
Yeah,
just
they
a
really
big,
did.
It's just
Yeah.
a big cyclical loop
Mhm.
at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So how they're going to honestly fuck that up moving forward?
Wow.
You know,
Right.
like,
No, dude,
rebooting
it's a
sounds
it.
like
wonderful ending. It's a
Yeah,
perfect ending.
It's a
It really is.
perfect
Yeah.
ending.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
After 3
yeah.
seasons that were
And-
kind of okay.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm glad you have Bender on the screen here because
Yeah. John DiMaggio's not coming back.
John DiMaggio is not coming back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So-
They've
That
got
changes
they've
everything.
got all the rest of them. They got
Everybody-
Katie Seagal. They got fucking Phil Lamar. They got
Who's gonna
dude,
voice
but
Bender? How
no
do you-
John DiMaggio.
No John DiMaggio.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
How do you replace that?
You don't. That's the thing. You don't
But
replace
Bender
that.
has to be in the show.
Oh,
Okay.
Bender's gonna
All
be
right.
in the show. There's
Okay.
gonna be some asshole
there-
doing a fake Bender voice. Is
and they
what's gonna
might
be
do
going
a
on.
good job. They might.
No, dude, it's
You'll-
not
you'll
John
notice.
DiMaggio,
You'll
dude.
notice, man.
Yeah,
You will
all of
notice.
these characters have to be who they are.
Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt. Eternal Optimist
It's like
says,
C-Lab
"Let's
2021."
wait and
Yeah.
see before we make our final verdict." But no, this does not look good.
It
going
doesn't. It doesn't
forward.
look. It doesn't look good to me. It doesn't look good to me, man. You know. And that's about all I have to say. Is why and no John
Money.
DiMaggio.
Well, we're just living in
fuck
the age
this.
of reboot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's
right.
the IP that somebody has that they feel like they can squeeze a little bit of money out of.
Which brings us to our next point. Lord
This-
of the Rings.
This actually made me mad.
I
okay.
don't like. I don't like it. I
I'm
don't like it.
indifferent.
You're indifferent.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent.
So I don't understand. I guess. I mean, first off, Peter Jackson couldn't even catch the lightning in a bottle twice.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
the first Lord of the Rings trilogy I mean,
It's classic.
it's not just classic. It's potentially
iconic,
the
yeah.
best, like the high watermark period of like big scale medieval battles and stuff like that. Like
And
it's
fantasy,
the kind
like
of,
high-
especially
yeah,
in
and high
fantasy.
fantasy,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, fuck, dude, they made everything.
Yeah.
They made that's not gonna happen in this.
Nope.
Everything's CG in this
Yeah.
new one. Even the Hobbit sucked through most
Oh,
of
the
it. You know,
Hobbit was garbage.
man, there are points in the
The
Hobbit that are
first
so
Hobbit is
good.
okay.
Dude, when those dwarves start singing it did a thing
The
to
first
me,
movie
you know.
is okay. The other two movies are garbage.
Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug is awesome.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
good casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't utilize him like they should have.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Right. I wouldn't say that the movies were garbage. I thought they were okay, but
I
by
thought-
comparison,
By comparison,
Yeah,
that's the
by
problem.
comparison,
That's the
yeah,
problem. Is
you
you have
know?
the Titan over here, the original trilogy,
right?
which I just fucking watched all 3 of them.
Right.
All 3 of the extended editions. So
How
that's
do you like it?
10 goddamn hours of
By
my
the
life.
end.
Did she finish it? Did she
finish
finish it with you, or did you just say like, okay, baby, I'm gonna keep watching these?
Yeah.
They're dope.
She went to sleep like when Sam. When they told Sam to go away right before they got to Shelob's lair,
okay.
right?
Okay.
So she didn't
Oh,
see
that's
that
a good time for her to
very
go to
end of it.
sleep.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
that part gets a little fucked
Uh-huh.
up. Yeah,
Up
yeah.
the stairs we go.
She also didn't get to see the mouth of Sauron. So
Right.
what a wonderful bastard that
Yeah.
guy. Ooh, dude, he fucking cuts that head off real
Yeah.
quick, dude.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I'm not hearing any of your shit. But like I was
Your lips.
as I was watching, crusty ass lips. As I was watching this thing, I guess the whole time I was just thinking to myself, like, where are they pulling from? Because it seems to me
Yeah,
like they're just making all this
stuff up.
Yeah,
I
and
think they
Yes. That's what it
yeah,
looks like.
see, like
They're taking creative
Look,
liberty
man.
with a very well-known.
This
It's
is-
same
this
thing,
is-
Game of Thrones, man.
exactly, and
It's
that's
the
my
same
thing.
thing.
That's my thing, man. Is like I agree with you in the way that lore isn't always important, and creating a good experience it trumps lore a lot of
Right.
the time, right?
So, depending. Yes.
Not in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is lore.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Uh-huh,
is
it's in
lore.
the name, Lord of the
the
Rings.
Rings. Right.
See, they just actually there was supposed to
Let's-
actually be an E
Is
and a
E.
space.
Yeah, let's
It's the
stretch
lore
that.
of the Rings,
Lord
actually.
doth the rings.
right,
Off-
that's it.
off the
right.
rings.
Yeah. All right.
But I think that they're taking liberties in a direction where you're like, well, why though?
Because
Yeah.
once
Well,
again,
why,
who is
though?
it for? Because if it's for Lord of the Rings fans, they're just gonna be mad.
They're just gonna
you know
be
what
mad,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Anybody
And they
who's actually
already
read-
are.
They already
Oh
are.
my
yeah.
God.
You know, it's like, okay, so in a lot of this, we're going back to the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
And it's just like if you've read that book, which is a very hard book to read, but if you've read any of that, then it's going to be like, okay, well, you're not even staying true to it.
Yeah, and,
So
and why aren't we talking about like the Numenor and the you know, like the like Morgoth and
Right.
like the old gods, and like why aren't we doing that?
Like,
Instead
who-
we're focusing on like the realms of Earth. And it's like,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go back to the big
Like,
ones.
because
Go back to the
it's
heavy
easy
hitters.
to film this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
We
the-
need people that you can identify with. And you're
right.
like,
Well, that's where this is going to land squarely, is in that point where people are just constantly comparing it to another thing.
Oh, yeah.
It does
Yeah.
not have a chance to stand on its own legs.
Nope.
You know, it doesn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. You know what's really similar to this? Like you already brought up, this fucking Game of Thrones House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Dude, House of the Dragon, like the whole time people are gonna be like, well, yeah, but like you guys already fucked up the last series, so
Right.
what do we expect? And then they're like, yeah, this isn't as good. I don't give a shit about this. Where's Jon Snow? You know what I mean?
Right,
Like you're already stepping into it with bad expectations, and
Right.
everybody's going to be.
Hey, double dip.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
It's. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I know that.
Yeah.
What
I am
network
definitely.
is it on?
It's Amazon.
It's Amazon.
It's Amazon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bezos apparently is a big Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah.
That actually is one of
They've
the
been
things. is
working
that
on
he's-
this
point
for
that he
a
wants to fuck it.
while.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you can't fuck that ring.
Mm-mm.
That's not a good idea.
Well, and if you can,
Well,
sorry.
I
Yeah.
mean, if it's Sauron finger size.
Woo! If
Maybe.
it's maybe if it's Sauron finger size, yeah, that's right.
Not
Give me the big
innuendo.
ring.
Yeah.
Give me the big. I need the big ring.
Anyways.
Jesus.
So another reboot.
yeah, 'cause we just rebooting today.
Reboot.
So I've
Yeah.
never seen the original.
Oh,
Drew
I watched
Barrymore?
it.
I know-
over
I
and
knew
over
about it,
and
yeah.
I love
It's really
that
good.
movie.
Um,
It's so good.
Really
But it also kind of brought to my mind, when did the Dark Phoenix saga come out?
The comics themselves?
Yes.
That was
60s, 70s?
67.
that was like 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s.
Yeah,
so
'cause
did
Dark Phoenix-
Stephen King rip off the Dark Phoenix?
No,
Because
no,
this is what
no,
this is what
no.
this.
Firestarter predicated.
Yeah,
Are you
Dark
sure?
Phoenix.
So it's before.
Yeah,
so then
because
that means they ripped
Phoenix-
off Firestarter.
Phoenix was around, but
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix might have been in the 90s.
Always.
Because that was still when
No, man, it's
Todd
gotta be earlier
McFarlane
than that,
Todd
right?
McFarlane was still with the company at that point in time.
Okay. Yeah.
Rob Liefeld was still with Marvel at that point
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah.
But Dark Phoenix is not that old. old of a concept.
No,
Phoenix
not
is an
really.
old concept.
Well, I guess this
but
is.
the Dark Phoenix is not.
But this has more Dark Phoenix vibes than Phoenix. Is what I'm saying.
It does, but it's just it's the same thing, man. They had scanners back in the day. We were
Yeah.
always thinking about people with strange powers that nobody would
Scanners,
understand. But this is just I love scanners.
Fucking
Scanners 1 and 2 are great. But that's the whole thing, man. It's like Firestarter is just just this little girl who's a pyrokinetic.
Firestarter.
She's just pyrokinetic. So it's
Yeah.
not like
Pyrokinesis.
Phoenix. Like Phoenix is something else entirely,
Yeah.
But she's just a little girl who, if her emotions run hot, then your skin might run.
I'm just saying that's got some Jean Grey vibes to it. That's
True.
all I'm getting at. You know what I
Correct me
mean?
if
You
I'm
piss
wrong.
Jean Grey
It
off
wasn't-
and she fucks you up. That's
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same because that's a cosmic force versus like.
Well, I don't mean it so literally. I really mean in loose terms.
But here's here's what I believe it is.
Yeah.
I think that due to Firestarter, they were able to identify the way that Jean Grey is going to react to her ability and her because when
Probably more so for the movies,
Yeah.
I would say, instead
Okay.
of the comics themselves.
exactly.
Yeah.
they should do a Carrie Firestarter crossover.
Well,
Both of
that's
them
what
are-
that's what was weird for me is because I always heard that Firestarter was
Carrie
the
wins.
inspiration for Carrie.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
Carrie win?
I think Carrie wins.
Well,
I
I
mean,
wasn't saying versus. I was thinking like
Oh.
a team.
Oh, a
gee-
team?
Oh,
Why?
the world is going
Jesus.
to die.
Exactly.
How
That's what I'm
old
saying.
are they?
Oh, like
Are
in their
we
20s, and they're
Okay, so
fucking
we're
people up.
we're after adolescence.
Right, so they're able to control it.
Okay,
right.
all right.
Imagine
Man,
that.
because I'm
though.
like, if they're
Yeah.
kids,
Huh?
then everybody just screwed.
We need
Yeah.
the Stephen King multiverse to not suck like the Dark Tower did, because the Dark Tower was trash.
Yeah, those books are good though.
Yeah, but that movie.
Yeah.
Well, and this is produced by the people who did The Invisible Man, the new
Yeah.
one. Have y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
Really
Oh.
good.
really good.
Yeah.
It's really
Well,
good.
I mean, this trailer looks good.
Blumhouse.
Yeah,
still.
Blumhouse, dude.
Yeah,
Blumhouse
dude.
wins.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're rocking.
Right.
Yeah,
so
well,
even though
anything
this
they
is
put
a
out, I love
reboot, I think out of the 3 reboots we're talking about here,
No, this one looks
this
good.
is the one.
This
It
one
looks
good.
really, really
Yeah.
good. It just surprised me that they went back to tell this story again. You know, because I mean, it's like Christine.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
expect a
Yeah.
Christine reboot. Now,
Oh,
now that
man,
we've said it out loud, it
please.
could happen.
Oh, yeah.
Please let there be a Christine.
Which
You
reboot.
know what it's gonna be
Please.
like an Altima?
Hey.
I want a Honda.
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be like
Oh,
a
Audi.
my
an
God.
Audi, for real. It's a Tesla.
It's a
Man.
Tesla.
You
There
know?
we go.
Like, what are we gonna do with that? But so this one it surprised me because I grew up watching this movie over and over and
Yeah.
over again.
Oh, yeah.
And Drew Barrymore, that was like her first major role.
See,
Yeah,
and
I think
this
it was
girl
like right
kind
after
of-
E.T.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because she was the sister in E.T.
No, I knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
wow. I just didn't realize Firestarter was that early.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
crazy,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Okay. Well, this looks hot.
It does. It does. It's
looks
gonna be hot.
hot.
It's gonna be hot.
Don't touch
you know
it,
what
you
else
burn
is
yourself.
Fucking hot, guys. You know what else is hot? Fucking Master
Dude,
Splinter.
this is so goddamn hot.
Master
that is
Splinter.
hot.
We
I am
called it.
hyped.
We called it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we were trying to figure out who these other two
Quick.
people. It's got to be Casey Jones as the other one, right?
Exactly.
Please let it be Casey
But then,
Jones.
how do you announce Casey after Splinter?
But
Splinter is the ultimate. Hey,
who else?
Fuck you say.
Fuck you say.
you know what I'm
Who
saying?
else can you put in here though? Other than Casey?
Robo Turtle.
Okay.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Well, yeah,
Usagi
Usagi.
Yojimbo.
Usagi
Yeah.
Yojimbo.
Okay.
Give
yeah.
me Usagi all day.
Ace Duck. Just because
Ace
I had like 6
Duck.
of those toys. Cause
What?
All
no,
right.
you could never find any other ones.
You know, this is just adjacent. This is not the same at all. But you guys remember Bucky O'Hare, right?
Right,
Bucky,
yes.
Dude,
Captain
yeah.
Bucky O'Hare.
I want that to
when
come
no
back.
ordinary rabbit would dare.
I
Right.
want some more Bucky. Okay,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
that shit was
It's
awesome.
that- you know what? Bucky was hot. Do you remember Brave Star?
Yes.
No.
Eyes of a
Brave
hawk,
Star.
ears of a wolf, strength of the bear, speed of the
Yeah.
puma.
He-Man, but he's a Native American.
Exactly. And
Oh.
he's like a cyber gunslinger.
Yeah.
And he has the strength of
Oh.
all these different animals, and he's got a horse that can turn into a
He's
double-barrel
a
shotgun.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has a horse
I
that
just-
turns
okay,
into a shotgun.
Yeah.
That's where you lost me,
Bro,
The
yeah.
horse that
Brave
turns
Star
into
was
the
very.
shot-
It was very Japanese. Was that an anime converted?
No.
I wonder.
No, it's not.
Because it kind of went out. Now this
It
is
was
just me
probably
remembering
There
it.
was a lot of it that was probably animated in Japan, but that
Right.
was like standard.
Because it
graphics.
makes me think of like Silverhawk style anime.
Yes.
Animation.
Uh-huh.
Also, God. Well, kind of Thundercats, but there's
Biker
Silverhawk-
Mice from
Those
Mars.
Transformers
kind of-
movies.
No. Ronin Warriors.
Ronin
Oh,
Warriors.
dude, the
That's
powers
in
in the
my-
armor, dude.
That's
right.
right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
hot
so-
shit right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well-
we don't even have a whole lot to say about Master Splinter other than
Except for
This
Look
looks
at-
great. Well, I
you
have
say?
I have a question. Have we ever been actually able to play as Splinter in
Nope.
any game until now?
Mm-mm.
Good. I mean,
No.
not good.
Was he
but,
in the Tournament
yay,
Fighters?
now we finally have Splinter.
Was he in Tournament Fighters?
No.
I don't think he was.
I don't think he
I
was.
don't think
not
so
in either
either.
version.
And he's not in the newer beat 'em up, the one that you saw the cabinet for.
Yeah.
The 3D one.
No,
and
he's
he's
not.
not. No, man, this
This
is
is the first time we're actually
Splinter.
playing with Splinter.
Uh-huh.
This is the first one.
Dude, and he looks so
Oh, what up,
good,
Sky
dude.
Pie?
Jump.
Yo.
Word.
Warriors of Virtue. Yeah.
Dude, and so, I mean, I'm hyped for this. You know,
Yeah.
have
I'm so hyped.
Master
I'm so
Splinter
hyped.
running around
Yeah.
with April O'Neil.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And I can't
personally,
wait
think
for us
you're
to
ugly
play
as
a
fuck.
co-op game. That'll be
Yes.
fun, won't it?
That'll be
Well,
good.
yeah, we better. Like, I don't. Once again, I don't know why this Streets of Rage thing isn't off the
I don't know.
ground. I don't know
Hard.
why.
I'm just
River
gonna have to
City
pick it up.
Girls isn't off
yeah.
the
Right.
Yeah, dude, this
Just-
shit's hot.
Just gonna have to get them.
Yeah, and so, but this will be 4 players, so that'll go a long way. The question comes down to,
But you know we're gonna be
when?
doing that 3-player mode.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Name
you know
drop.
it. You know it. And so no, this does look really, really hype. I'm
Yeah.
happy that they
I can't
and they're
wait.
giving him like powers, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Just go watch the little gameplay or the teaser reveal
yeah.
thing. I still don't know when this game's coming out. Like, do we have a date?
I don't
think
have
we
a date
do.
for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love it that the life bars look classic, by the way, because it pretty much looks like old school, like TMNT 2 on the NES, like
Yeah.
that kind of look to it. You know?
Yeah,
Like
I like
arcade.
arcade.
Yeah. Fuck those barrels coming down the stairs. How about that though? Huh?
Well, that
that's
was the same way with Double Dragon.
right.
Too.
Yeah.
But that's the flashback I just had when I thought about
The
that game. I was
barrels.
like, barrels down the stairs. Ooh.
I always think fire.
Fire.
Hang on, April.
What is it? Is that Turtles in Time where it's like Manhattan,
Yeah.
2 a.m.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
know, and so
Classics.
I
I
don't
thought
know,
that was
man.
3
I'm with it.
Manhattan Project.
I don't. But they do that in both
Oh,
games,
yeah,
don't they?
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
thought
know,
they did that
man.
in
All
Turtles in
those
Time
games are
as
so
well,
hot.
but
All those games are hot. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
they're all
saying.
good.
Yeah.
those two though,
Bebop and Rocksteady as pirates on the ship.
Yeah, dude.
Uh-huh. Have you ever seen Lowbrow's Bebop and Rocksteady? Like they have this like weird like love affair thing going on, and yeah, just search for it. No, I'm not going into that.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we're gonna move on. This next scene is just funny, right?
Yeah. So Battlefield's blaming Halo for their loss in sales.
It's all
Not
Halo's fault.
not them releasing a broken game.
No,
Right.
they said it was because of COVID. They said it was because, which okay, there's some validity there.
Right.
They said it's because of the Frostbite engine. I'm like, are you gonna blame your own damn engine?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Come on.
That's
Yeah.
funny. It's like it's if we would have made a better engine, then this would have been a better game. And it's like,
if you
okay,
would have
really-
made a better game, it would have been a better game.
Right, exactly, right. And then they go
Basically
on
what they're saying.
to be like, and then Halo came out,
Yeah.
and it was just so polished, and it's like,
Come on, you can't. Man.
So basically, what they're saying, if they had done their jobs,
right?
then it would have
You
been
know,
a better
if we had
game.
made- if we had made a polished
It's
game,
not my fault that Halo fucked up the grading curve. Okay.
Set customer standards high, like where they should be,
And the
instead
game's
of just waiting for
fucking
piecemeal
free.
bullshit from $1 million companies.
The biggest problem is that 2042 came out first.
Man,
You know
I
what
know.
I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm just like,
no,
what's
dude.
your argument?
No.
Dude, you were here. Halo wasn't even on the horizon. Nobody
fucking-
knew. Halo multiplayer, that shit shadow dropped.
That shit.
Like
Yeah.
nobody was sitting
Yeah.
there like sitting on the fence.
It came
just
out
waiting
earlier
for
than
it.
everybody thought it would.
Yeah.
And it was free. And it was polished.
It came out earlier because Battlefield 2042
Mm-hmm. Dude.
and COD Vanguard flopped. Both of them hit, and they're like, okay,
Well,
y'all are fucking it
I guess
up.
you
so
need Halo
You
right
need
now.
Halo right now, and all of a sudden,
And the
all
only
eyes on
thing that
me.
they fucked
Yeah.
up with Halo, and I don't even think this is that big of a deal, is the way that they're handling their microtransactions.
That's true.
Other than
Well,
that,
with a
though,
free-to-play
Halo's
game?
fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Like it is
Yeah.
the Halo.
I think it's rough when it's free to play, man. Because
Yeah.
like at
They
that
gotta
point,
make their
I'm
money
like,
somewhere,
you
right?
already gave me the best gift that you could have given me.
Yeah, and I don't need that specific set
Honestly,
of armor. So,
really.
you know.
Like after a while, you want to see yourself. Now it really sucks because I did buy the battle pass
Oh,
and
yeah.
then promptly
and then
stopped
stop
playing the game.
playing it.
Promptly stopped playing the game. So yeah, I learned a lesson there.
Yeah.
That's
But
funny, man.
still, it's we can always just jump into Halo and have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
You
mhm.
know?
And it's always going to be people in there because it's free.
Because it's free.
Yeah, and they didn't fuck up the formula of the game
Right.
like Battlefield did.
Exactly.
You know,
They completely ignored their
Mhm.
fan base.
Yeah.
And even when their fan base was screaming from the rooftops, like, hey, this isn't what we want. This
Yeah.
is what we want. it's kind of like the NFTs thing where they're just like, oh well, you guys just don't understand it yet.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like
whatever.
If you take
Yeah,
that
whatever.
position, you take that
Yeah.
stance. Look, at the last, they were looking at the concurrent player count for 2042. People were making fun of it because there was actually 2,042 people. Like that on Steam. That's all the people that were playing the game, and they're like, "Damn, dude!" It's like now it can get lower. Like, oh my god, you know, like, that's fucking nuts. That petition is now over 150,000 signatures. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, to get the complete refund? Oh.
You know, and so nothing's gonna happen. But
no, they're not going to give refunds out. They're giving excuses out. Is what they're doing.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, and so EA's like, you know, fuck you guys. We got your money anyway.
Yeah, I think I know what EA is going to say. Nope. That's what they're gonna say.
This looks good.
This
Nope.
motherfucker named it Nope.
Nope. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Well-
knocked it out
well,
of the park
did
with
you
the
watch
name.
that trailer?
Oh, dude.
And
No,
when- yeah.
it is.
It is absolutely nope.
It is
All of those
absolutely Nope.
situations.
I wasn't expecting it to hit that hard in the trailer because even just in the trailer, I was already like, dude, this is freaky. This is freaky in that way that like is.
Well,
I thought
it's
it was
almost like cosmic level, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
you know, it seems like we can be stepping into like Lovecraftian themes
Yeah.
a bit more. Because the best part about this trailer is that it doesn't tell you shit.
It doesn't tell
doesn't.
you shit.
Doesn't tell you
dude.
shit. And I'll
All it
say
does is
that.
make you feel unsettled.
And I'll say
That's
that
it.
I thought it was just going to be a biopic about like, you know, the what was
history
it?
of
The
film.
history of that specific like, or not even a biopic, just kind of a like telling of a story of that family.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
okay.
The grandfather, how he was,
Yeah.
or the great grandfather,
He was
how
the
he
one
was
who-
the
horse
original
trainers,
black guy
yeah,
on the horse that was
Yeah.
the first animated
right.
Yeah.
sample.
Yeah.
Film.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just a
Animated
looping
film.
film of a guy riding a horse.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be that, and then all the cosmic shit started happening. I
And
was
then you
just like,
said nope.
and I said,
Uh-huh.
nope.
Yeah, dude.
No, first thing I said is just like, oh wait, this is Jordan Peele.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
And then I was like, nope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because I saw it and I saw the name Nope, and I was like, whatever. And then I started watching the film, and then you start with that animation,
Right.
And of course, that immediately makes you think of his previous works, and
Right.
it's like, okay, is this going to be strictly a racial thing again?
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
cool. He does paint things in a very realistic light and
Very
an easy
nuanced
to
light,
yeah.
digest light for some people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like I don't really know if I want that same vibe from him again.
This
Specifically,
does not feel
this
like that.
feels like something else entirely.
It
Yeah,
does.
Now
yeah.
your main characters are
Uh-huh.
black, sure,
Yeah.
Right,
but
yeah.
that's not the focus.
He's not
Right.
leaning on that.
Yes,
It just happens to be a setting for
Exactly.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. And so, and I wonder how that's all gonna play out. If it's gonna be like, if it's all gonna go full circle, where that animation is like, I wonder what the inspiration was. Like, was it like, okay, well, that guy being filmed, was he running from something? Was he
Yeah.
running towards something? Like what?
Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Where is he
Yeah.
going? You know what I'm saying? And so
I-
I'm sure we're gonna see like a lot of cuts like that. We see that in the trailer where he's like riding on the horse,
Yeah.
Yeah.
etc. And Jordan Peele's he knows that horses are creepy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like really, dude. I mean, think about.
Well, I think horses are only either creepy or
majestic.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like pretty much those two things. You're either
Yeah.
like, "Wow, what a brilliant
Well,
horse," or
usually-
"Get the fuck away from
Well,
me,
it's
horse."
because horses are brilliant, right? It's like all of a
Yeah.
sudden, if the horses are freaking out, there's a reason to
Dude,
freak out.
There's a
Right.
problem.
Yeah, there's a huge
Yeah.
problem.
If
it's
you
like
got horses
Samara.
and dogs, and both of them are having a time over there, get the fuck
Get
out
the
of
fuck
there.
out of there. Get the fuck out. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
You know?
Exactly.
And that's such a genius
I
name.
love
It
it.
really is.
God, it's so smart. It's
good,
so
man.
smart.
I
I
The
can't
name
wait for
itself-
this. It's gonna be hype.
It's got some
I
can't
Skinwalker
wait.
Ranch
Yeah.
kind of thing going on
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see Fire in the Sky?
No.
Okay, Fire in the Sky to me is the scariest alien movie. Like that to me is the most
I think
terrifying.
V was mine. I didn't like V.
V's creepy,
fucked
but
with me.
V's totally got that like lizard people rule the planet kind of
Yeah.
thing going on, which is
Kinda
a whole
they-
It makes you
different
not
they
trust
live.
anything around you.
Right,
Right,
right.
thing.
Corrupt,
Yeah.
lizard government, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, a bunch of crazy people believe this.
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
there's
the
a stigma around V now.
oh
isn't
no,
there?
V.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's, one of those people starts explaining shit to you. You're like, you're just explaining V, right?
Yeah,
right
you're just explaining V.
Okay.
Yeah, but I understand why, because
I
they
liked
saw
that
V as a
movie.
child,
They're like,
and it just
"Fuck
like,
that."
oh my god, that's what happened to
I
me.
get it. I totally
dude,
get it.
Look, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna segue too hard. Like for a week after I first saw V,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go into my living room because that's where I watched the movie. I'm like, I'm done.
That's where V
I ain't watching-
is,
That's
and
where
I'm
V
not-
is,
I'm not going
and because
in
it came on HBO,
Yeah.
and so there's always a chance that it might pop back up, and I'm like,
Ooh,
nope, don't want to be in here.
man.
I was probably like 5 or 6. but-
Fire in
Oh,
the
damn.
Sky is about an account of a guy that was abducted, and it's just a movie based on the account that he gave the police and like what happened to him. And he pretty much was on a hunting trip with some folks, and then he just fucking disappeared for days, weeks, days. I think it was just days. And they had a search party, and I mean, he was standing near them, and then he was just fucking gone. And nobody knew what was going on with him. And then he came back, and he was batshit crazy. He was absolutely like couldn't deal with things.
And this is a movie.
Yeah, this is
or
a movie
this
from like the 80s.
Okay,
But this is
okay.
based on an account that a guy really gave in the 80s.
Right.
And this might have been late 70s, but basically within that time frame. It was
So,
not that old of a
He
story.
might have
when-
been taking some LSD.
Maybe, but what happened is we got a really creepy alien movie is really the situation. The movie itself is fucking weird because it's a guy that basically wakes up in the middle of them experimenting on him, and they're cutting his sure sure okay.
Let's make that good.
I think that the scene from The Matrix with everybody being in the pods, that was kind of taken from Fire in the Sky, because he wakes up in like a honeycomb structure that the walls are made of, where each of them is a like this organic pod that they're keeping people in for storage.
This sounds familiar.
And he like falls through one of them, and there's a corpse that's been disintegrating and all this stuff. Like, dude, it is.
Maybe I did see this movie. Maybe I saw it when I was a kid.
Woo! That to me is the scariest alien movie. Well, scariest in a certain way, right?
Now, how old were you when you watched this?
I probably watched it when I was like 10 to 15, somewhere in
Like,
that,
I wonder
because
how
I
these
saw
movies
it
will
once
hold
it
up.
was.
That would be a nice little like project.
This one's pretty solid, man. This one's one that I bet that we could watch it now and still be like, oh, yeah, fuck this, fuck on this, yeah,
Right,
like the original Alien. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
that movie was made in the 70s, but you can still watch that and be like, no, no,
Well,
no.
That's like Poltergeist, man.
Right,
Yeah,
Poltergeist. You know?
Poltergeist.
You
Yeah.
get all medry with it. You didn't say the magic word.
So I love the creepy alien story. That's really all I'm saying. I want it. I can't wait for this one.
Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be good.
We're gonna have to see this
I
one,
don't
dude.
know, man. I feel like if you release that right now, then it's gonna freak people out. Now that like we're really kind of focusing on aliens and space travel, you got like Donald Trump over here, just like, okay, the NSA is gonna tell you everything they know about.
And then they're like, wait, we never said we're gonna tell you shit.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Don't listen to that guy.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, I just wonder, it's like, do we want to really paint a negative image of space right now? Well, I guess Nope is kind of doing that. I don't know. We don't know what Nope
We'll
is
see.
doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
But
gonna
I'm
be doing
hyped,
something
yeah.
pretty awesome.
But I mean,
yeah.
even just looking at this frame, you know, that cloud, that low hanging cloud,
That's not good.
and how there's just like there's a little gap up there where you see clearly into space.
No.
Like, it really makes me think. Have you guys seen Color Out of Space?
Yes.
Yeah, Color
Yeah.
of Space
Really good.
is real.
It makes me
good.
wonder if it's gonna go kind
That's
of
some
that
prime
direction.
Cage too.
Yeah, that's some Cage.
And he can't decide what
That's
accent
some,
he has.
Uh-uh.
Sometimes
That's
he's
some
from
age.
Boston. Sometimes
But
he's
that's the
not.
point. Is like it's just madness.
Fermented
It's like,
good point,
cage
yeah.
right
Yeah.
there.
Fermented Cage.
wow.
It's that
Some
dark
some
fermented
kimchi
Dark
cage.
That's right.
What if they got Nicolas Cage to play Johnny Cage in like a
Oh,
MK movie?
dude, yeah.
You know? Or just have a cameo where he shows up like, you know, I'm the only Cage. Around
What if
here.
he was Johnny Cage's dad?
That's good.
You know?
Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage and his name is actually Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
No,
That's my
good.
dad, Nick.
Hey, they might do
That's
it. They're
good.
making another Mortal Kombat movie.
I told you to
course.
stay off set, Dad. Oh man.
Gotta make your eyes wider.
So this is cool. This is platinum.
This is platinum. And so in the hot on the heels of them being like, we're going to focus on live service,
We get Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's Fall, and and that makes you second guess your shit a little
Is
bit.
this going to be a live service game?
It's a multiplayer RPG that's supposed to be, persistent. So
probably
Sounds
live
like
service.
yes.
it sounds like this is their project. It
Okay.
sounds like this is the thing.
Well, this looks good.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're getting a demo for it on the 25th, and so we'll be able to actually put hands on it. And
Fingers crossed the monetization isn't predatory,
Yeah.
like a lot of these live
believe
service
in 'em.
games end up being. But we'll wait and see.
I think they'll keep
That's
it
all I
close.
really feel
It's
about
Square
right
and
now.
Platinum, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll. I don't think the Japanese companies are being quite as egregious with all that
Right.
stuff.
But
I
they
think
can be.
they
and
can
have
be.
been.
They can be.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they have been, but usually that's companies like Koei Tecmo.
Right.
Yeah.
They're really
Yeah.
bad about it. Square Enix is not that bad about it. Square Enix as a company, generally, they just want to put something great in your hands.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
think about it. They just threw Outriders out there, just like, here, just take it.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to pay for anything else. Here's the thing. Some of it's kind of borkish, sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, whatever. Once we fix it, it's gonna work.
And
it's
they've
gonna play
mostly
well.
fixed it now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I mean, Outriders is phenomenal. I stand beside that game wholeheartedly. But then you have them in accordance with Platinum, and Platinum knows that their name is on the line. Like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, a lot of us are heartbroken to not have our single player Platinum games.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge chunk of like my gaming love life, my love
Right.
language is those those like those Bayonettas, those
Yep.
Vanquishes.
Yep.
And so I think this partnership is a good one. I think there will be monetization, of course, but
Right.
I'm sure that it'll all be just cosmetic shit. But the game's gonna look so fucking good
Yeah.
that you probably will drop the money. I probably will spend extra money, to get
For the
some of these
fashion.
cosmetics. Absolutely, I'm all about the glam, baby. All about the glam. Especially look at that girl on the right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And look
Yeah,
at the
true.
dude with on the stage.
That's what
Like,
I'm getting at. That
bro.
Archer man right
yeah,
there.
Dude,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
like
That's-
what?
It looks good.
It looks good.
It looks
Did you see
really
some of the
good.
gameplay, Scott?
No.
Gameplay looks good.
It looks hot.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks hot.
and they're saying 4-player,
Yes.
right? Okay, yeah.
And
so
4-player, and then whatever time you put into this demo, all of that
it
progress carries over to the real game.
Oh, dude.
Right.
Square's
so-
been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
How long
man.
is the demo running?
That I don't know. They just told
Okay.
us when the start date is. Well, no, it's a demo, so you can just download the demo and probably just play it up to a certain point.
I guess I was
You
just
only play,
thinking about like the Final Fantasy thing where it was
right,
a
a time demo.
Yeah.
No, because that would change things, right? Because
Right.
if it were a live service, then that means that everything would be saved server side, which means that servers would only be up for the runtime of the demo. But this is actually just a demo. I don't know how they're handling.
Yeah,
that.
I don't either.
They haven't. They
Yeah.
haven't.
Hopefully,
said
this is
anything about
this
it.
is a permanent demo, so that you can get the beginning chunk and then, like you said,
Right.
transfer it over to the full game.
Because what they
once
said
you-
is that you can play the
know.
first few hours of the game.
Okay.
That's what they said.
I mean, that's
right?
the same
They
way that
make
they're
it
doing the
sound
Cyberpunk thing.
self-contained. Right.
where
yeah,
where
that's true.
the free demo for Cyberpunk right now.
Yes.
And you can play like 5 hours of it, I guess.
Somewhere in there.
And then you can continue your game.
Right.
I love that idea. I think that's
It's great.
a wonderful way to do things. You
Yeah,
know?
it's good
So
people
not
to-
only do
it's
you
a good way
get
to get people hooked.
yeah get them
For free.
hooked. Yeah.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you got free access all the way through Heavensward.
That's still
It's like,
crazy.
oh my God!
Yeah.
So by the end of that, oh yeah, there was a live letter last night for Final Fantasy as well, and so they talked about the next 10 years of the game.
10 years.
Yeah,
Damn.
like, there's going to be a major graphics update, which it's going to look sick, man.
So that's going to be a PS5 series
No,
and PC
it's still going to be
exclusive?
PS4. They're
Wow,
still,
really?
Well, you got to remember how old the framework for Final Fantasy 14 actually is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they can still make the game look exponentially better while, still making it runnable on a PS4.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, see, I don't think that I saw that much of a graphical update for this last thing.
For which last thing?
When man, what's-
Endwalker?
Yes, Endwalker.
Oh,
yes.
no, well, that was, they were more like quality of life changes. They were more
Okay.
subtle,
Yeah.
nuance changes than some of the previous graphical updates. And it's funny because they actually lauded this as their first graphical update, and they're like,
Oh.
okay, but let's explain what we mean by that, because when
This is an actual overhaul.
like this
It's
is an
not-
actual overhaul
Yeah.
of like all assets. And so that's
wow,
going to
okay.
be, instead of just like, okay, let's tighten up resolution here. Let's increase the polygon count here. Let's add more bones to this thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what they would normally do. Add more bones to the hair. So that affects the, hair animation.
Yeah,
Add more bones to like capes and cloths.
It's just funny to say.
Add
more bones to the hair.
Right? Add more bones to the hair. 2 minutes. And so it's just kind of weird. Thinking about those layers of improvement versus like an actual full overhaul. It's like, okay, well, here's how we're handling our grass population system.
It's just from now on,
Now, here's how we're handling it. Instead of you looking at a flower on the ground, and when you get close to it, it kind of pixelates.
Yeah.
And you see that it's really just a flat JPEG, you know what I'm saying, or a bitmap. It's like that thing actually has some depth and texture to it. It's like, and those small things will end up making the entirety, their lighting, they're changing their lighting, adding more lights.
Did they show in detail this stuff?
They showed a lot of still images because this is like, recently in development.
Yeah.
And so, but those still images already looking good, boy.
We got a time frame?
7.0 is what they're calling. We're already talking about 7.0 and 6.0 just dropped. That's kind of weird. Usually it takes about 2 years. And so this is on the roadmap from 6.1 through 6.5 on the path to 7.0. So
7 will be when the graphical update happens.
Yes, that's when it's going to hit like full-fledged. But I think they're going to kind of roll things out a little bit, but then 7.0 is going to drop and be like, okay, well, welcome to the new shiny world.
There you go.
So maybe in a year.
Well, I think that's soon. But then again, when you're now having to appeal to a gargantuan player base,
And you said they're
maybe
starting
they got to
to
speed things up.
put more
man.
team and money on it.
Exactly. So
So-
they could potentially, who knows, man? That's what I was thinking the entire time I was watching it. So
Square can crank it, man.
they can.
I put Freya back inside.
Man, I was calling for her earlier and I couldn't find her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you.
We need a crank it emoji.
Crank it.
Have you seen Double Dream Hands, right?
No.
You don't know Double Dream Hands? Oh my God, Robbie, they don't know about Double Dream Hands. That means they definitely don't know about Double Dream Feet.
No.
But,
right.
but
They don't know
yeah,
about
it's
the
this
hands
guy,
on
this guy who's dancing to this song, whatever, and he's got a dance move called Double Dream Hands, and it's just like something Double Dream Hands, and he like goes down his face and whatever. But there's one point where he's got all these moves, and he's teaching these kids how to do this dance. And poor kids, because he's just going hard. And but he has one thing where he cranks it.
Yeah.
He like,
Oh.
yeah.
It's like that Snoop Dogg thing, yeah.
kind of like
Yep.
that.
When
Except
the
for he's
pimp's in the
very
crib,
white and he's wearing khakis.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
and a button tucked in polo shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14 did a reference about him, but anyway.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Somebody put his video over one of their themes for the twinning.
Oh.
And so, yeah, it was just hilarious. It was a meme. And they actually, during one of their fan festivals, like, the Primals were playing.
Yeah.
And all these people came out dressed up like him and started dancing, doing his shit. And then I saw a reaction video where they showed him that he's like, how do you feel about it? And he was like, well, that's awesome. He was like, because a lot of people, haven't been so kind to me. He's like, I've been invited to perform at places, and then I get there and I'm ready to perform, and it turns out that they really brought me there to make fun of me. And it's just like, oh, dude, he just wanted to dance and make some kids happy, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all roasting this man, so.
Trying to bring joy to the world.
Yeah,
over
how
there.
dare you? Sorry about that. Babylon's Fall.
So
coming
we got
soon.
a lot of news this time, guys.
Yeah, we're getting
It's
through
gonna
it.
be,
We're almost through it
as quick as we can.
We're really almost through it.
I mean, are y'all mad about it? Shit.
I'm not mad.
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad.
I'm mad about this kind of.
This is bullshit. I mean, it was gonna happen
gonna
eventually.
happen eventually.
Yes.
And they've been trying to distance themselves from this generation of their stuff for a while now. But they're closing the Wii U and the 3DS shops.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to get them anymore.
Double Dream Yeet. Double Dream Yeet. You know what? That sounds like pot.
I heard some people kind of giving you lists of like, hey, these are games you should pick up before. And I heard somebody say you should, you should get before the store closes. Devil's Third, because that game is a lot of money if you buy it physically, and it's only like $30 on it. Devil's Third's fucking trash.
Yeah.
Don't play that game. Don't play that game.
It's garbage.
So just PSA.
Yeah.
But what you got, Scott?
Oh no, I was just saying it's my fucking phone would quit trying to update. I got dates.
Dates.
So the let's see, it will be no longer possible.
I like dates.
On as of May 23rd, 2020, it will no longer be possible to
2020?
use
2020?
credit card. 2022. Sorry.
Okay.
Much
yeah,
better.
Yeah. Will no longer be able to put like funds off of a credit card or a debit card or anything like that on the 3DS and the Wii U store. And then on August 29th, 2022, you won't be able to redeem like Nintendo points,
The points,
or whatever. But you let's see, you can redeem download codes until late March 2023.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and you should be able to re-download the games that you already have.
Yeah.
Like if you've already purchased them. But I've already thought that this generation and the Wii actually, so like DS, 3DS, Wii, and Wii U, had pretty poor service when it came to the way that they handled your library and re-downloading things and all that kind of stuff. They kind of just fucked all of it. They wanted you to rebuy it every time. They made it kind of difficult to, get those again. They were tied to a system, so it's not exactly the same way that, like, for instance, oh, hey, my PS3 dies. Let me go get another one. Let me sign into my account and re-download my things. Like,
Right.
it didn't work that same way.
Right.
Yeah.
You kind of lost your games. You know?
Yeah, I think this really sucks. Now, I mean, the Wii U part, I think it only sucks because the Wii U is a magnificent console.
It
that
is,
I think even by
dude.
today's standard is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I do believe that. The 2DS, 3DS thing, that's whatever. But I do know, okay, before going there, Wii U had already kind of been cannibalized in many ways by the Switch.
Right.
Yeah,
You
there
know,
were
a lot of their
ports.
yeah, like immediately, like
Yeah,
out the
yeah,
gate. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So
Well, because
that-
a lot of people didn't get the Wii.
the Wii U, exactly,
you know,
exactly. So
so,
they could
yeah.
do that. I did, and they just took my money twice.
And
But
you loved it.
I did for a little while. I truly did.
Did for a while.
I did
For a time,
I did
things
for
were
a
good.
time. Absolutely. And then I looked at my bank account, and I'm just like, no. But what this says to me, man, is here we go again. Nintendo's about to start digging through these backlogs and remaster, remake, remarket. So a lot of these, titles that we all know and love. Well, I mean, but they've already pulled most of them from the Wii U.
Yeah, and then certain
what really
other
remains?
ones have been just released on other things. Like, for instance, they did the campaign to do Wonderful 101 on everything.
Right.
So that came out on everything,
Everything,
which is dope.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
want Scribblenauts and everything. I want
What-
Scribblenauts did come out for PS4.
I'm really trying to think what is exclusive to the Wii U.
Yeah, that's
that
where I'm at.
we don't have on other things.
Right, because it was kind of that intermediate console with a stylus and a touchpad.
Zombie U.
Zombie U.
Right, but that's something that could only really work
Right.
on Wii
It could
U.
only.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could retool it, but it wouldn't be as cool.
Right. I mean, I think that same way about that Fatal Frame, but they were like, fuck it, we'll re-release it on the other things.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense to use the Wii U as your camera and totally
Right.
have it.
Yeah,
like,
that's
that
awesome.
shit works.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's immersive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think that a lot of the games that they've ported from Wii U to Switch are lacking something because they don't use the two
Star
screens
Fox Zero.
separately. Man, Star Fox Zero is not a bad game. I don't care what anybody has to say. It might be weird, but it's not a bad game. Zombie is.
See, I could
because
tell
it's called Zombie.
U.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But but that's the thing. It's like they've already been like replaying them hits for so long. It's like how much does this really?
Because like they
affect this?
released Pikmin 3 on the
Right.
Switch. They did Toad's Treasure Tracker. They did
Now they got
Tropical
Mario
Freeze.
3D
Tropical Freeze,
World
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Tropical
All those.
Freeze,
all that stuff's
of it.
on there.
Yeah.
But
So,
this also does mean like and I've been noticing a trend here. Like Wii U games are shooting up in price, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're a collector, like,
Right,
snatch
that's
them up
something
if you
else.
see them,
Yeah.
dude.
Especially get Super Mario Maker. If you have a Wii U, get Mario Maker on Wii U. Like I don't
Is
think
it better on Wii U than on Switch?
having a stylus and being able to draw out your designs for stuff is next
See,
level.
I like the stylus on Pikmin. That's actually what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Having the 2 screens and having the stylus on Pikmin 3 makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So I feel like there's something specific and tangible about the
right.
Wii U.
As a
that's little bit more-
creator, I think
Yeah.
that the Wii U is probably like a bit more of a boon.
Yeah.
You know, if you're someone who does like to actually like just create, if you like to like,
Did they not have a stylus for the Switch?
No.
What? Like, have they? Okay.
I feel like they don't really use that touchpad as much as they should.
No.
You know, like there are
No.
certain games like like I play Voez a lot. Right?
Yeah.
And that has you using the screen a lot more.
Hell, it was the same
but
problem with.
usually it's just like, okay, let's get our Wiimote.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
our
It's-
Joy-Con.
It was the
Well,
same
you
problem
got-
with the
yeah.
Vita, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
like what used the back
touchpad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tearaway.
Right.
Well, I think that comes from just the design of the Switch. I mean, because if you're playing in console mode,
Then you can't
then you
access
can't
those features.
access the
yeah.
feature, so they're
They
trying
kind of
to
shot
make,
themselves
yeah.
in the foot with that one,
well,
huh?
that's Nintendo. That's what they do.
Really?
It's
yeah.
like, okay,
Look at
well-
this kick-ass foot. Boom!
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Gone!
It's like we made this thing that is awesome, but
Right.
only we can make things for it. And
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're gonna forget all about it, and
Are you gonna get
Stuff like that
Arceus, by the way? Do you care?
What is that?
I'm
The-
surprised you
the-
know.
I should answer.
The open world
Wow.
Pokemon?
Oh,
Wow.
maybe.
I think
Maybe
it,
later.
I think it looks kind of
If it goes
assy.
on
I mean,
sale.
I don't even mean just the graphics. Like, I really mean the game kind of looks a little assy.
I bought Sword and Shield when it came out, and that game kind of made me realize it's like, oh wait, I actually am over Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I just
I
don't
thought
care.
I was over Pokemon until I got an emulator and started playing Black,
Ah,
and
okay,
then I
yeah.
played Platinum, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Holy shit, this formula is great!"
No,
But
yeah,
as far
yeah.
as the modern Pokemon
Modern
formula,
Pokemon, I'm
it's-
not.
yeah.
it's
sold
not
on it.
really my favorite
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people. SkyPie is playing Arceus.
Okay. Yeah.
I have
Might be
another
good.
friend at work that's
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
Arceus, and they love it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I guess Artigoth is as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a different thing, right? All of a sudden, you got like hostile Pokemon out in the wild that can like poison you, and then they'll hunt you down. Like
And
you
you
try to
can
run
ride 'em.
away
And there's
from
like
them.
alpha
Ride 'em all.
And so
Pokemon that
alpha
completely
Pokemon, like
fuck
giant
you up.
Pokemon, like all
yeah.
this kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
which is interesting to me. But and this is just me being shallow. It's hard for me to like go from playing Horizon Forbidden West to looking at Pokemon. Like I'm sitting here like, ooh boy, like I look over here, I look over there.
That one's
'Cause I'm not
looking
gonna
rough.
play. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the
Looking
way
like
your
a
mother likes it,
PS2
Chipmunk.
game, man.
Dude, PS2 games might have looked better than that.
Morrowind looked better than
Morrowind
it,
looked
dude.
better than that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me being shallow. But from a gameplay point of view, it might be cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it could be. Could be
But
fun.
as far as like the eShop's closing, I think
Yeah.
it's sadder that the 3DS shop is closing than the Wii U.
I think
Because
you're
you
right.
can
Yeah.
still pick up like versions of those games elsewhere, especially on the Switch. They haven't ported anything from the DS for real.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to do that.
Well, it's hard
Again,
to do
putting
it, yeah.
Two screens on
So
one
we're-
screen, it changes
yeah.
everything.
And we're losing a library of games that were only on that system.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
like, just from a curation standpoint.
But
that's
that
a
also
little more
goes to
depressing.
say, man, like if you are a gamer who focuses 100% on only owning digital media,
Yeah.
just remember that eventually the time will come where you won't have access to that thing that you
Yep.
purchased. Your investment all of a sudden ceases to be. You know, it'll be maybe on another platform, and you'll have to pay for it again. You have
Yeah.
to re-up that license because that's what you're getting, right? And so it's kind of a there's a message here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a boon to physical media. You know?
Steam is the only one that I have enough faith in for some reason. Steam is the only one where I'm like, I don't.
Well, they
see
just
it
keep
going
growing,
away.
growing,
Yeah.
growing. You know, like they're.
Yeah.
They love having a giant library like that. They love that, you know.
Yeah.
And so, but then also that's PC market, and you can't. Make that
Right,
comparison.
right.
It's
Well,
just
but
different.
I guess I'm just saying, as far as between those services, even just on the PC side, like I could see Good Old Games going south. I could see Epic Games giving up. I could see. A lot of these things, I don't see Steam going away, man.
Nah, man, they're
know?
they're the quintessential gaming service.
They do
Like,
too many things right.
Yeah,
you know?
everybody's trying to learn from them.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
bad. Steam won't let you have other things on top, as far as a window.
What do you mean?
Like That shit'll cover up your taskbar and everything. Steam's just like, boom, fuck you.
Really?
Yeah, if you full
Shit.
screen it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
wow, man. I guess I've seen that
Like
happen.
dumb shit like that.
But I guess
Steam's
I
got the
use-
stupidest little problems. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Like your friend window will just pop up.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, but
it'll log you
use-
out all of a sudden, and you're like, wait,
shit,
why can't
I'll
I
use
see
OVR
anybody?
drop on that ass? And
Oh yeah,
OVR
yeah.
drop says whatever you say is on top is on top.
That's cool. That's super
just,
cool.
It's a win.
Mm-hmm. You want control over that.
Yeah, boy. Control.
So I didn't look into this next one at all.
Well, I mean, it's just
You get mechs.
Yeah.
right. I mean, yes, yeah. You got No Man's Sky, man. No Man's Sky. Like they just won't stop.
Is that a helmet at the bottom?
Hello Games won't quit. I don't know how legit that is, but that looks to be a helmet. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. You found the image. Why are you asking me about it?
Damn.
You heard me. Yeah, motherfucker. No, I mean, it's funny because it looks like it'd be like a little SD or a chibi drawing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but knowing No Man's Sky, I could totally see
Yeah.
that being one of their pieces of gear.
Seriously,
I don't know
yeah.
why they would choose that.
I think their spacesuits look a little silly.
They do.
You know?
They do. Or if they're going for a logo, because that would be a really good logo, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like much. Destiny, but Destiny's way more serious.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what that is.
I
I don't know what's going on with that.
But there's a robot in the middle, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got weird Sentinel robots.
Yeah,
around?
we've got more story. We've got mechs
Okay.
now. You know,
Yeah.
mechs that you can actually pilot and control.
Awesome.
You have different jetpack, like
Okay.
a better jetpack, so you can actually do better flight. They've added a lot of items and new texture. It's just they just keep going with it, dude.
Yeah. Mhm.
They just keep on going with this thing, and they haven't charged anybody a dime.
So I guess this is the version that will be launching on Switch.
I don't know
Because
I
they like
wonder.
to stagger that.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
You know?
It should be because you'd want your Switch player base to be caught up with everybody,
I would
theoretically.
imagine. Yeah.
You know, but the game is so huge at this point that
Mhm.
I don't know. And along with this came a PS5 update as well. And
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. Somebody was like, they were looking at the next gen update on PSVR.
Yeah.
And it looks amazing in PSVR now, apparently, which it looked great with their last update.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, they fixed a lot of that blurry depth problem. Yeah.
right.
Because
Because
it was,
still
dude,
played the game.
it was so blurry. It felt like you just like somebody smeared Vaseline in
Yeah,
your eyes
it was
in the original
awful.
PSVR, and you're
It
just
was
going like,
really bad.
I mean, I think there's clouds up there.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what's going
It
on.
could be water.
I don't
Am I
know.
underwater?
Where am
could
I?
be. For real.
All I know is outside hurts.
Yes.
That's all I know.
all the time, man.
Outside hurts.
It
It
does.
does.
No Man's Sky's like, hey, guess what? Acid rain planet.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's what's
exactly.
up.
It's like, oh yeah, it's beautiful
you
planet.
need
This
carbon.
is great. Oh, sorry about that. You're about to have a firestorm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what the fuck?
Someday you
Temperature's
will
about
die
to
and
drop to.
Someone's gonna steal your carbon
To fuel their spaceship. Yes.
Yes.
to refuel their spaceship.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carbon. More carbon, and now Sentinel robots.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm really excited for the people who love this franchise, man.
Yeah.
The people who
Yeah.
love
Oh
No
yeah,
Man's Sky.
this is amazing. It really
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that-
And man, what's the name of that developer?
Hello Games.
Hello Games. Hello Games has done the unthinkable, to be honest,
Yeah.
because they've pretty much crashed their shit all the way into the ground,
Uh-huh.
and then dug themselves all the
Final
way
Fantasy
out
14,
and
baby.
launched into the fucking moon.
Final Fantasy 14. It just shows you that it's a possibility,
Mm-hmm.
guys. I like if you just humble yourselves a little bit and
Yeah.
admit that. Look, life lesson.
We're sorry.
Sometimes it's so easy just to admit that you're wrong. It's so easy. We live in a
Sorry.
current society that
I
nobody
fucked
wants to
up.
be wrong.
That's all you gotta say, right?
Nobody wants to admit to making a mistake. And it'll save you so much stress. Just
Yep.
be like, oh, my bad.
Everybody say
know
it
what
with
I'm
us. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? It's so easy.
I'm
and
not.
Then, right, see, and then
I
there's
meant to do what I
there
meant
he
to
is.
do.
He'll never turn his back on a can.
That's right.
But that's
Come on, Paps.
but that's but that's the
Paps the
problem,
cat.
man.
Paps the cat.
That's
Paps
the
my
problem,
cat.
and that's why EA Dice is gonna fail, and everyone's just gonna be making a mockery of them this whole fucking time because they didn't learn from Square Enix, they didn't learn from Hello Games, they didn't learn from all these developers that didn't quite deliver on what they promised Peter Molyneux never has, right? But we still believe in him. Anyway, it's like,
That's because everybody feels sad. They're like,
he keeps trying. He's a believer.
yeah.
He's a believer.
He
at
doesn't
this point.
mean to tell us all these fibs.
He just gets
But
excited.
he just
He
gets
gets really
excited.
excited.
It's way too high.
It's time for a nap now, Peter.
He's like, no nap, no,
No.
Oh, nap. Okay. So in the game, you can take a nap. Actually take a nap in real time. And it's like, Peter, no.
That's bad.
But that's the
Poor
thing,
Peter.
man. Instead of just like turning on your fan base,
Yeah.
it's like you have to look inward and figure out. It's like, hey, what did we do wrong, and how do we fix it? And
Right,
then,
right,
and you
right.
have success stories like this, where it's like, okay, this has been fixed. They could have stopped updating this game years ago,
Yeah.
and they're like, nope,
No.
mm-mm,
More
nope.
free updates.
Absolutely.
You just wait. We
You
got
just
more
wait.
of
We
them.
got more. You remember that thing we told you that we were
Yeah.
going to do, and you were like, that's mind blowing. That should be impossible.
Yeah.
Watch.
You guys know much about Star Citizen?
Uh,
I think I might have talked about it a little
Poquito.
bit, a couple times. I mean, Star Citizen looks fucking amazing. It looks like if you took No Man's Sky and Mass Effect and
Is it more of an RPG or strategy? I don't know why I
no,
think
it's
strategy
an RPG. I think it's kind of got a cyberpunk kind of thing to it, where it's very heavily a first-person shooter, but also has a bunch of RPG elements.
I remember Star
you know?
Gladiator.
I don't remember Star Gladiator. I don't know
Fighting
that
game.
one.
I'm surprised.
Oh.
That's where Hayato came from Marvel.
Oh, Plasma Sword.
Plasma Sword.
Plasma, yeah,
That was the other
Star
name for it.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
That's right. That English and Japanese names. Got
Yeah.
you. Okay. So
Star Citizen.
Star Citizen has like Gary Oldman
Wait,
and
wait.
like
This
fucking.
is a movie. What?
No. They have a shit ton of actors doing all of the cutscenes in this game. Like
did they do
Mark
that
Hamill's
last?
in that shit.
What did they do? And it was Mark Hamill. That was Wing Commander.
the Wing
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 Commander did that
Commander,
shit.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that with like a budget that doesn't even make sense, you know? And they keep talking about this game. It's been in beta for 5 years now.
Wow.
You know? It still runs like shit. It looks amazing. There's so many things you can do. I played a free weekend for a while and I was going like, okay, yeah, so I don't get it. Like it almost seems like a money laundering scheme at this point because of how much like they've put into it. And it's like the antithesis of No Man's Sky, you know?
Right.
It's kind of doing the same thing, and they keep promising all this stuff and they keep making these big updates, but it's for like a small group of people that are paying monthly to play this fucking game that still isn't even actually out yet and is
Yeah.
still mostly broken.
I could totally see a lot of games going that direction
Yeah.
with this current landscape of like open beta, permanent open beta. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
always in beta.
You're always
for-
in beta. You know,
Early
just in
access.
case something.
Yeah, that's
early
it.
Guys,
access.
don't
That's it.
pay for early
Uh-huh.
access.
You
Don't
know,
do that.
if there's ever something borked, it's like, okay, well, we said
Yeah.
early access. We
Uh-huh.
said it. We said it. And
Yeah.
that's on us.
I
Like
wouldn't
Hellish
say
Court.
don't pay for early access. I would say choose wisely for what you pay for early
Research.
access. That's it.
Be
'Cause
a,
like
be
you said,
an
Hellish Court.
informed
Yeah.
That's
consumer.
be informed. Like Hellish Court was $17. Am
Yeah.
I right? It's
Yeah.
a $17 game. It's in early access. Hellish Court is the shit.
It's the shit.
But it's
Well,
also
it's broken as
it's
fuck.
broken.
but
It's
yeah.
early
Yeah.
access.
Yeah,
and
right.
and when you play that one, you go, okay, I get it. And I think for the $17, you guys have released an awesome product
Right.
right,
Solid proof of concept.
Right, and,
Now
and
I'm
as long
actually
as you
making
guys,
a game.
as long as you guys keep working on it,
Right,
then we'll
but
get somewhere.
I could totally
you
see
know?
that game never fully actually coming out.
I don't
You know
think
what
we're
I'm
ever going to get a complete version.
Right,
Of,
I could
a lot of
totally
these
see
games.
it.
Yeah.
I could totally see them just adding and adding and adding and adding and adding.
and then
to
being
it.
like, "Up, no
And
more
it-
money."
Right, exactly.
we're gonna-
It becomes like just a passion project, right?
Right, which is
And-
fine.
which is
That's-
great.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
but
you
there's
know?
also a bigger difference between like a $17 passion project that actually has some really good bones to
Uh-huh.
like a big ass broken experience that you still have to pay monthly to fucking play the
Right,
beta.
Yeah, live service.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think it's Hellish Cart.
Huh?
Hellish Cart. I think is actually how it's pronounced. But
Oh,
anyway,
yeah?
who cares? Mm-hmm.
Like a
French?
Like cart.
Cart? Like a
Mhm.
cart that's
Okay.
on
Yeah.
fire?
Yeah, because it's French.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. I just hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Because I mean, the word
Yeah.
says quart.
It says quart.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
sounds good. I like
Yeah.
Hellish Court.
That-
Hellish Cart is weird
a
because you say
court.
that and then
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yes.
There are
fire.
4 hellish quarts in a gallon.
Yes.
That's right. A hellish
know?
quart does sound like a really good
A hellish quirk?
like
Like
if you
a,
if you
like
had
a
some
character trait that's on fire?
Oh, it's,
Oh,
see,
I like that.
it's funny
Hellish
because
quart.
I was thinking of like a really really spicy vodka or something.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be like a hellish quart. I got this.
I mean, yeah, Hades was, but that's a different
it
thing.
comes in points.
That was
It
also
comes in pints.
that's also super giant games, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, you're thinking about
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
developers
totally.
who have completed things in the past. You know,
Mm-hmm.
multiple projects. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
right. Like it's not always the rule, but
Just pay attention to what you're
you have
getting.
to really pay
Right.
attention. Yeah.
There are a lot of VR games that I've bought that are early access
Uh-huh.
because we're talking about a development team of 5 people that are trying as hard as they can to get this concept off the ground.
Right.
And to me, early access on Steam for games that they've already at least proven the concept and shown you, as long as they're not charging a shit ton of it, support the developer.
Right.
Maybe you will get a full game.
Look,
right?
just on that point, since you bring up small teams,
Yeah.
and we didn't have it in the news today, Cuphead show is live on Netflix.
Oh,
it went
I
live
haven't watched it
yesterday.
yet. I haven't watched it
Yeah,
yet.
I
I'm-
watched the
I haven't
first
watched
2
it.
episodes.
Is it hot?
Is it good?
It's hot.
Dude.
It's hot. And just thinking about like what can happen with a small team.
Yeah.
And they create their concept and they work so hard.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's like, okay, you make the game and
Now
that's
Cuphead
great.
is a phenomenon.
Now it's
Yeah.
a phenomenon,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
And the show is rated Y7.
Yeah.
And
I know.
I'm like-
I know.
No,
Oh, no?
we're dealing with Satan directly. In one of the songs, in one of the Satan songs, they call him Old Scratch.
Yeah.
They call
Oh.
they call him King SMD.
Oh.
I'm like, bro, dude, like what? I don't want to, man. You know, Iana comes in the room, King SMD, and you're like,
You know what? I'm down. I'm down. I don't care.
how you gonna explain that? How you gonna explain
will.
that?
Hey,
That means
man, you saw my
semi-mean
background,
dude.
right? You saw my background, right? It is hell. It is
Yeah.
literally hell.
But do you know what SMD means?
What?
Really?
No, I don't think I'm getting
No
that
one?
one. I don't think I'm getting that one.
Robbie, what's SMD mean?
Suck my dick.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Well,
but I
that's
was
what
like,
it
"There's no
means.
way it's that."
That's literally what it is. That's
there's
what
no,
I'm saying. Like,
there's no way that's what they mean, though.
no,
There's
that's what
These
SMD
kings
means.
suck my dick.
Yes.
There's no way.
Yes, that is what it
'Cause that's
means.
the first thing that popped in my head, but I'm like, nah, it has
That
to be
is-
some other thing. I don't know
man,
about.
that's what it is.
You know what? Since we're talking about the devil real quick, I just have to say
I like
this.
that segue.
since we're talking
On
about
the
the
subject of
devil,
Satan.
you know what band I fucking hate, but their name is amazing. His Infernal Majesty.
yeah.
His Infernal
Oh,
Majesty.
That is great. Yeah, they suck.
You guys don't deserve that name.
Right.
Fuck off. Give
You're
that to a
absolutely right.
fucking black metal
Absolutely
band,
right.
dude.
I think that it was more well represented on Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suck my
Him.
dick. He said it.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
even believe it. I don't
That's
even
what
believe
that's
it.
what it means,
Well,
man. He's over there singing. I was like, okay, that's so funny.
He's
He
some
called me
mean
Old
dude.
Scratch.
He's gonna old Scratch though.
I do love
I
Old
love
Scratch.
Old
That's one of
Scratch.
my favorite names for the
right.
devil.
The Adversary's always been my
That's
favorite
good.
one.
Uh-huh.
The Adversary.
Yeah, Morningstar.
Ooh, these are.
Yeah, but he's like, you know, the
Welcome to the Satan Cast. We've now just transitioned. Light your candles at home and follow along.
Hell, Satan.
how does this segue
Turn on the
straight
Ronnie James Dio.
into Elvis?
In the-
Oh yeah.
I think that kind of works,
There we
actually.
go, right on into
Uh,
Elvis.
So,
Does anybody care about musician biopics anymore? Ever since
Well,
Walk Hard?
there's a
Like,
no.
I mean,
Walk
Bohemian
Hard is the best
Rhapsody.
one, though. Right?
I mean,
Bohemian
it
Rhapsody.
kind of
Bohemian wasn't
destroyed
bad.
the.
That one was pretty good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get On Up.
Get On Up
work
is
right.
good.
I really liked the
There's a Michael Jackson one on the way too.
Whoa, who's gonna be Michael Jackson?
Who knows? It should be Sandra Bullock. You know. I mean, what era are we talking about? We can get like we can get like Childish Gambino to be like young man. Who can we get for him as a child? We need somebody with big lips and an afro.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
You asked.
I know. It just fucked me up. Come on, Robbie. You love Michael. Who would you pick to play Michael
Right.
Jackson?
It's funny.
It's Tilda Swinton. It's gonna be Michael.
One of the
Jackson.
guys that I work with, he went to Comic-Con. He got an Orochimaru fucking keychain, and he was just like, every time I look at this, all I'm thinking is, why did I buy a Michael Jackson keychain?
Oh, I know who the kid can be. It can be the kid from Stranger Things. The black.
Oh,
kid.
dude,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah. You get him from Kid Michael.
Uh-huh.
You got Danny Glover. Donald Glover.
Donald
I always think
Glover.
Danny Brown for some reason. Donald Glover for young man Michael, and then Sandra Bullock for adult Michael.
Yeah.
And then
Which is
we're
funny
done
because
here.
like
Oh, Trapson does okay. All right, that's what's up.
hey.
tries to be like, "You're gonna get smoked."
You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing.
Do you know that in the bad video
Yeah,
that that's Wesley Snipes' debut?
Yeah.
And you know who
Wesley
that was
Snipes,
supposed to be?
Ooh.
That was supposed to be Prince.
Oh.
Michael Jackson wanted Prince to play that role, and Prince was like, "Hell no!" You know what I'm saying? Because
He could have got Morris Day to do it.
But Prince's whole thing, because Prince and Michael have never performed together.
Yeah.
But Prince's whole thing was that the first line of that song is "Your butt is mine," and he was like, Michael Jackson ain't gonna sing that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he ain't about to sing that to me, and I damn sure ain't singing it to him. You know? Oh my God, it's so funny.
Wow.
So funny. And so I would watch a Prince biopic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think depending on the musician, sure.
Right.
Elvis.
Did you guys see
There's
that
a market.
fucking? Did you guys see the Motley Crue movie that was on Netflix?
No, I've
Dude,
heard about it.
Mick Mars is fucking Ramsey Bolton.
Holy shit,
Dude,
okay.
it, I don't think it's a great movie. I had a great time watching it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Motley
oh
Crue,
man.
that was some wild shit.
Well, and they
man.
have a whole bunch of other '80s figures in there. Like they got young Ozzy on there, and they got like other guys that they can kind of bring in. So I
Yeah.
mean, that was a good biopic. You know.
Well, and I still want you guys to watch Cadillac Records, The
right.
Muddy Waters.
Well, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
mostly
get on
so
up.
you can see Mos Def as Chuck Berry.
I'm
Oh
with
my
it.
that
God,
is
with
Mos
it.
Def as
Great.
Chuck Berry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Fuck. See, I'm wondering if they're gonna put other folks in this Elvis one. It doesn't look like it. It really looks like they're focusing on Elvis and his
All
manager.
we've seen is the trailer.
Right.
So we're I mean, he's going to have to interact with other
Do
musicians.
y'all like
at some
Elvis?
point.
Do y'all like
problem
Elvis?
Nah.
is, I like Elvis enough. The problem is that I understand Elvis.
Right.
And when you
Yeah.
understand Elvis,
Then you're
it's
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you just look. I was having a
Touchy
conversation.
subject.
I was having a conversation the other day with this guy at Tom and Jerry's, man, a local gas station.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
walk in, and I don't know what started the conversation, but I started singing "I Did It My Way," right? And I was like, oh, that's Sinatra, right? I'm talking to one guy, and this other guy's like, no, that's Elvis, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure that's Sinatra, brother. That's Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's Elvis. And I'm like, well, Elvis may have covered the song.
Right.
However, that's Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's Elvis's song. And he actually pulls it up on his phone and starts playing it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good cover. Yeah. But that's not his song. He's just like, Elvis wrote it. I was like, Elvis didn't write
wasn't even
any,
making music
any-
when that
Elvis
song
wrote
was written.
so little of his
Right.
music.
He didn't write most
You
of
know
that
what I'm saying?
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, Elvis stole more music than like anybody historically.
Seriously, yeah, and
know what I'm
didn't
saying?
give
Yeah,
folks
or his
credit. at
handler
all.
stole
Right.
and gave to
And
him.
gave to
Right.
him exactly
Right.
right. And so it's just
That's
like,
really good. Now, can you
As
make me a
was
sandwich?
done at the
Yeah,
time.
for real. Exactly. Are we going to see Fat Elvis?
Right. Oh,
I'm
man.
going to be honest.
I know how
about
this one ends.
Yeah, on
exactly.
a toilet.
I did feel like watching this trailer that it's like the trailer was enough for me. Like
I know what you mean by that.
it's
Yeah,
like I know the story
yeah.
of Elvis. I know what happened to this dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
I kind of am interested in this Tom Hanks character. 'cause
That's the
he's-
weirdness.
that's what. Yeah.
that's what you chose.
He's got a
Tom?
strange accent. He's got a very creepy vibe going on.
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean, it's
yeah.
kind of like Don King, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take this kid, I'm gonna make all this money off of him,
Right.
and
Yeah.
paint myself as this
Right.
pariah. As
But
this,
were either of them really the good guy?
no,
Yeah.
no,
They're
you
Yeah.
know,
all
it
bad.
was
So
what it was.
do y'all like anything from that era?
Musically,
Yeah, like really, like specifically what I mean is like that rock and roll era. Like, do you guys like any of that rock and roll right
like,
there?
can we talk about black people?
Chuck
Yeah, no,
Berry.
that's what I'm saying. The
Oh,
things that I
Little
think about
Richard.
specifically,
Little
Little Richard
Little
and Chuck
Richard.
Berry are
Yeah,
the king.
yeah.
That's what I think of from this era.
Well, yeah,
Not
but that's
fucking
also,
Elvis.
Well, but there's
You know what I mean?
but that's, I mean,
That's the problem. That's the
that's
whole problem.
There's a
Right.
huge demographic of people
Yeah.
who think well about even though I think that most of them are aging, most of them are
Yeah.
are older. But it also seems
But
like this.
also Elvis is alive. You know?
well,
he's hanging out with
Bruce
Tupac
Lee and Tupac,
that's right.
yeah.
They're all-
Yeah, and eventually all of them are going to come back to Earth.
And
Uh-huh.
save us.
Save us.
But it did seem like they actually covered his interaction and involvement with black musicians.
And I'm hoping
right?
that they really
that was
lean
part
into
of the
that.
trailer because
right.
it's like the whole time in the trailer I'm like, if I don't see a black person,
Right,
I'm
right,
don't
absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
think they could make this movie without commenting on that.
Well, they have to
have
because
to,
people are
especially
too
in
aware.
especially in this climate. And again,
Yeah.
people are too aware.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this
like
point.
people know the truth, so you
Because
can't
it was
really-
blatant theft. It
Yeah.
wasn't even like.
dude, man. And so,
Because for me, it like seriously, Little Richard, Chuck Berry. That's what I fucking think of. I don't think of
Now,
Elvis when I think of this
what-
kind of music.
what if this is just shot in the dark, stupid spitballing? What if Quentin Tarantino did an Elvis film?
Oh, that'd be amazing. It'd
wouldn't
be
that
amazing.
be crazy?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
And
That'd
they
be
got
some crazy
and
shit.
they got Jack White to do Elvis again.
Yeah,
Let's
but
go.
I also feel
Let's
like
go.
that's
I'm the
saying,
king, man.
What if Quentin Tarantino?
Look out now.
What if Quentin Tarantino directed any movie?
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
that's
like,
facts.
I don't know
Yeah.
if the
That's another
subject
conversation.
matter.
Quentin Tarantino, Gurren
Yeah.
Lagann. Fucking straight.
Quentin Tarantino, Shawshank Redemption.
There you go. No. I got a better anime for Tarantino.
Yeah.
Mezzo Forte.
Hey,
Mezzo
more
Forte,
grounded. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Mezzo
makes
Forte
sense. Yeah.
Tarantino
Uh-huh.
would be fucking hot.
I still think him doing Bebop would have been fucking great too. But
Hey, even just an
yeah.
episode, man.
Even just an episode.
I-
They should have
that-
got
that
guest
would've been,
directors.
really.
That's solid.
That would have
Yeah.
been a great way
that's
to
the way
say
they're
that.
doing it with
well, they
Boba
started,
Fett, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, they did that with Bebop. It just didn't have the time to really garner. They should have just taken their time and been like, okay, we want some high-profile directors doing an episode apiece.
How
here
do
and
you
there.
feel about Bebop? What's your take on it?
Right.
Right.
Kind of like what they
Yeah.
did with Star Wars Visions.
Right. Uh-huh.
know,
Get a
like-
Takeshi Miike episode.
Right,
Get
you
a
know.
fucking, whatever, all over the place, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad about what happened to Bebop, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was hoping that they could learn and then hit a stride, because there is a hole in the market.
I've got a weird feeling it's going to come back.
Yeah, it might.
Mhm.
Things look, dude. That's one thing about getting canceled. You got to remember, at one point in time, Family Guy got canceled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
thing
yeah.
to keep into perspective. Like before it really took off, it got canceled,
Right.
and then DVD sales drove it through the sky.
Right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
They're like, we need this money.
yeah, and now
Why
it's
are we
still
not-
rolling,
yeah.
baby. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say?
Yeah.
Elvis, though. Man.
Yeah, y'all might be interested in it if y'all could tell from the conversation that we had that we kept bouncing off of talking about the trailer and started talking about other shit.
I don't think
Maybe
Elvis
we're-
is
any
yeah,
of
I
our
was about
jam,
to say
so-
we're not all
Yeah.
that interested. So, but
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, like I said, man, I understand for a very specific demographic that
Yeah.
this might be a cool thing, and it might be educational.
sounds too
for
late,
those
though,
people.
doesn't it?
Well,
And it might
no,
ultimately be a
it's
good
not
movie.
too late
Yeah.
for people whose brains are whitewashed, right?
Oh,
Who
yeah.
really
Yeah.
only think in that old-fashioned way, and this like, okay, well, I learned everything I need to know, and now the world around
From
me
the
is
Andy
going
Griffith
crazy.
Show?
Right? Exactly. You know, it's like I know buckwheat, and that's good. And it's just like, so maybe this can help the same people who just realized that police brutality existed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, shit.
You know what I'm
this
saying?
is, just
yeah,
going on.
this is a thing. I never knew. I was like, "What? You were wearing the badge?" Anyway, so I think it could be really interesting. You know, the impact that this movie could have if it is properly delivered.
Right.
Will I watch it?
No, probably not. man.
Unless we're gonna talk about it on the show.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
probably
didn't watch
not.
that Elton John movie, and I fucking love Elton John.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still was like, whatever. I'd rather just hear Elton John. I just want to hear
How
him.
would you feel about a Morrissey movie?
Oh man, or Lou Reed. That'd be a
Right.
good one. Or
Yeah.
like, man, how about a movie made by Modest Mouse that's about Modest Mouse, but also like written and directed by Modest Mouse, like that. Where what about
And,
that?
what
I
is
think
it?
that's what I
Isaac
want.
Brock plays
Yeah,
all
that's
of
what I'm
the
saying.
characters?
Isaac Brock plays
Right?
all of the characters. Yes, I think you're right there with me on the movie that I see in my head. That's what I want. And we already had the Osbournes, so we don't need an Ozzy
Yes,
movie, right?
right.
We know how he.
We know how
actually
he is.
I mean, a question for the chat. Like, you know, what musical biopic would you want to see?
What would I really want to
Like-
see? I actually do know the biopic that I would want to see, but it would be kind of fucked up. It'd be about Mayhem, the black metal band.
Wait,
that
they had
was
one.
About Mayhem?
Didn't they have one? Yeah, because that was the black metal band where the dude ended up kicking the knife into the guy's head.
Yeah.
it killed him.
He killed the dude.
Yeah,
and yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, they had one. It
Whoa,
was
for
wh-
real?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
well,
like
there we go.
that was years ago, man.
Mm. See, I'm missing biopics that I thought I came up with.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was called like was like Sons of something, or I'll look it up. I'll find it.
Okay.
I'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
Motherfuckers
that
burning
exists.
churches down and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, that'd be an interesting story to tell.
Yeah.
Right? But I guess they already told it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And so, but people were saying that they, embellished some facts, and then
Yeah.
some things were inaccurate. And blah, blah, blah. Of course, when it comes to telling that level of a dark story, like that's some dark shit.
It's also
Yeah.
potentially incriminating. It's kind of like Straight Outta
Yeah.
Compton. Like, you know how like they pretty
Snow
much
on the Bluff.
Well,
You're
yeah,
like,
but
ooh.
I mean, with Straight Outta Compton, how basically because Dr. Dre is still like an active musician, they kind of made it seem like he didn't do that many crimes. They're like,
right.
nah, he was over here and Eazy-E was fucking up
Because
he's
dead.
we can't.
Do you see that Suge Knight came right out and said he was talking
about the hit on him? Dr. Dre putting a hit on him?
No,
okay.
no. This is about the HIV thing, because that was a huge topical conversation about Eazy-E, because everybody around him was like,
totally.
Eazy was fine one day, and then all of a sudden he was really sick. Then all of a sudden he was dead. Like, it all happened like super rapidly.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, this doesn't add up. Like, we've seen people suffer from HIV and AIDS for years, and Eazy was like, okay. And so Suge Knight ended up being on a talk show, and he was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, man. He's like, what you do is you don't just kill somebody. You take a syringe with AIDS blood, and then you stick them. You know what I'm saying? And it's a slow death. And he even said it. He was like, yeah, that's some Eazy-E shit. And it was like, wait, what? Dude, you can look this up right now. Like, this motherfucker said it out loud. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, whoa, man. That's
Suge Knight don't give a fuck.
no. Ain't he dead now?
God damn.
Did he die?
I don't think so.
A lot of people have been talking about Suge lately, which leads me to believe that he's dead.
Well, that's because Suge said some shit recently about Dr. Dre. Like, he brought up that he was trying to. I really want to say he was trying to bring up a lawsuit against him about a hit that Dre put on him, back in the day.
Right. Well, it's just weird because Snoop just took over Death Row Records.
Yeah.
He's now the CEO of Death Row. And
the label
Suge
that pays me.
I guess is he still in prison maybe then? Because he's got to be out of the picture for all these moves to be happening and people have these conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody fears that guy, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously. He's cold-blooded.
Yeah, he killed that guy.
Ooh. Okay.
Damn,
so,
on a brighter note.
Yeah.
Chippendale.
Well, I gotta.
Wow.
You gotta actually
GGs,
pick
bro.
the thing.
GG's.
So they're making a Chippendale movie, and it looks bad.
I don't know what to make of this.
So instead of actually making a movie within the universe of Chippendale, they're bringing Chippendale into our universe
30
and
years
basically making it a meta commentary of the show instead of an actual movie and a fun adventure that we all would have wanted. They're turning it into Space Jam 2.
But it's
it
John
is.
Mulaney and
It's the Lonely Island, man. You got
what's his name? Sandberg.
Andy Sandberg, and it's like so they're bringing it. It's like 30 years in the future, and they're all washed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Monterey Jack is all of a crackhead because he just couldn't get enough of that cheese,
That's right.
bro.
He just needed
He
more
couldn't
and
get
more
of that
cheese.
cheese. It's like I
And
can see how
Dell had like a 3D
he had the 3D
CG
surgery.
CG surgery,
Yeah.
so he looks all CG.
Yeah.
The rest of them are 2D. It's inconsistent and stupid. They think that dropping Roger Rabbit in it will justify this bullshit.
He's like,
It
we were
doesn't.
doing the Roger Rabbit with Roger Rabbit.
I was just
fuck you.
confused most
Fuck
of the
you,
time.
Disney.
It's
Like,
weird.
fuck you for
it's
that.
weird.
For real.
And I'm
the fuck is this?
terrified. I'm absolutely terrified of what they're gonna do to my girl Gadget.
Right.
I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Gadget and Chitara were like my first crushes as a child, and Debbie Gibson. She was up there too.
Right.
Oh yeah, shake your love, baby. Shake your love got me. I was shaking my love. I didn't even know what my love was, but it was shaking.
I'll shake it for you.
You know, please don't. But it's like I was kind of I don't know. I'm very nervous about what they're gonna do to her character if they're doing all this to the other guys. They didn't really spend much time with her in the trailer.
No, not at
You
all.
kind of saw her. She was smiling, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't make her like she was a whore. You know, I mean, what are they gonna do? Like,
Well,
it
it
seems
is
like
a
they're
kids
going for.
movie, but
Is it?
yeah.
It seems like they're going for a more mature thing.
That's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah. It's like I can't figure out once again who are we aiming at.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing? Because the people who
'Cause it ain't for
remember
me.
well, the people who remember Rescue Rangers are
Yeah,
going to be our
I'm
age,
mad.
right? Like
Right.
nobody else is gonna know who. I've been asking people
yeah.
like, hey, do you know who Chippendales Rescue Rangers is? And they're just like, Chippendales, that's a strip club, isn't it? And I was like, I mean,
No.
Or they're like,
not wrong.
you mean the gummy ship sections of Kingdom Hearts?
right?
Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
dude.
about?
Like nobody knows the Rescue Rangers. You know?
Right.
People know the Rescuers and the
Yeah, the
Rescuers
Rescuers,
down under. You know, like they know.
Yeah.
Those were good.
Yeah, very good. Very, very, very good. And so I'm just wondering, man, like, I think it's just gonna flop.
Yeah. I mean, it's more than likely not going to do
I would
This is
love
a
to be
bad
wrong.
And I hope
idea.
it doesn't. I hope it burns. I'm upset.
Such
with
a
this
vitriol.
trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
Look, all of the people getting mad on the internet about like Disney and like
Yeah.
what they're doing to Star Wars and what they're doing to the Marvel movies and blah 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 and what they're doing with this franchise. Guys, get mad about this.
Yeah, this is way
This
worse.
looks bad.
It
This
all
is way
depends,
worse,
man.
yeah.
Once again, it's just weird
Yeah.
because they had that one scene where Seth Rogen is the CG dude.
Oh,
They're
and
like, you
he's-
remember
he's a-
that moment where the animation was like it looked kind of good, but it looked really bad at the same time, and they showed all that animation,
And it looked
he
like
comes out-
Beowulf.
Yeah,
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 that's
and he comes out and he's like looking this way, and they're like, "What are you looking at, man?" He's like, "I'm looking at you," and he's like, You're not looking at me. We're down here." He's like, "I'm looking directly at you," you know. And it's just like that's funny because that did exist.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
And
Yeah,
so
it
like,
did.
But a whole movie of that.
well, the only thing is that I like Andy Samberg, man, and so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
is that
like-
I love John Mulaney.
right, the John
Yeah,
Mulaney, like the
yeah.
writing chops here are really good for comedy.
Yeah.
But
everything else about
using
it sounds-
Chip and Dale's Rescue Ranger.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things we'll have to watch.
If only they could have made a movie about some new characters that we don't know. Like, for instance, BoJack Horseman.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
That's
so
impressive.
right. So there you go, BoJack Horseman. It's the same kind of story, but it's about a character that we don't have an attachment to.
But what if this is
You
like
know?
a super meta parody, and it's not even meant to be like nostalgic? It's like meant to be nostalgic, but run through the
But
prism
that's-
of goddamn life sucks, man.
But how much? How
You know,
much
like
have
what-
we gotten of that recently, man? It's just kind of getting.
Who-
You're
Who's
tired
really-
of
who's
the
really-
modern cynicism. Is that what it is?
Who's
I
really done it?
guess.
Who's
Yeah.
really done it?
BoJack
look,
Horseman. That's really what
Well,
I'm
BoJack,
saying.
but that's a new IP, and that's just that's just life sucks.
Yeah.
F is for family the same way.
Uh-huh.
That's just a new IP that is just life sucks. But like I don't think we've ever had a situation where it's like, okay, well, here are here are these characters that while we were children it was great, and all of a sudden we
Smurfs,
stopped hearing from
Underdog,
them.
Did the
Peter
Smurfs come
Rabbit,
back as
Smurfs,
snarky?
Sonic.
I thought Smurfs just did
Sonic-
Smurfs.
Sonic's great.
Sonic's very
is
good.
It's probably the only one of this
Sonic's
genre that I would, or this whatever the fuck it is.
But I don't think
that
it's
I
the
would
same
say.
thing.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's drawing from those same.
I think it's drawing.
elements.
I think it's pulling Sonic into the real world, yes, but not like fast forwarding. Not giving Sonic the rickety cricket treatment. Right?
Oh, poor
you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. This looks like it's Rescue
Damn,
Rangers.
that's a good analogy.
but yeah,
right
they
there.
got cricketed. You know what I'm saying? They got rickety cricketed, and it's like I don't
They
know.
burn half of his face
Could
too.
it be-
They
I don't know.
They left that man
you
in
saw
a fire,
Monterey
dude.
Jack.
They left that
Yeah.
You
man.
saw him. Oh, they did.
They left that man in a fire.
He's like, nothing's going in my butt. If it is, and I need at least a whole six pack. the whole six pack. You know.
Poor cricket.
Poor cricket.
Damn. Don't cricket the rescue rangers.
But that's the
though,
thing.
man.
The Rescue Rangers might just be getting cricketed, man.
Fuck.
You
Yeah.
know?
Mm.
And so, like, I don't.
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care.
I might.
Like,
I might.
I love John Mulaney.
Like, I think it's going to be a bad movie, so I'm going to go into it
They
expecting
got
a shit-
Bristleback.
They got Bristleback. You know they got Bristleback. Yes, they got Bristleback, boy. And so I just wonder, man. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
go into it with super low. Look, I watched The Matrix Resurrected.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Widow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you
I've already
did.
wasted chunks of my life.
Didn't we watch another really bad movie? What else did we watch that was really bad? I think everything else
I
was
think
just
those
kind of
two were
moderately
the
bad.
worst,
Yeah.
weren't they? Did we watch a third movie that was equally as bad?
I mean, I'm
I
sure,
guess
but I
not.
don't remember.
I mean-
I push bad movies out of my brain.
Those two
Right.
scarred me.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
You
two
know,
were
those- I
scarring
Try not
bad,
to let
right?
things.
Because
scar-
because I just think
that scarred
I still
Right.
think that what's it called was a little weak, but it's a different
Yeah.
thing.
I see
the-
a bad
the
movie
new
and I immediately
Candyman was a
go
little
for-
weak, you
Oh.
know,
I like
just in
Candyman.
comparison.
I
But it
don't
was still a
know.
good time.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I
It was
think the
still
end of
contained.
Candyman
It was a
kind
good.
of weak.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
As a
nothing.
whole,
I'm
it
just
was
saying,
okay.
nothing beats Tony
It was
Todd
like
with
the
bees in
end
his
of-
mouth.
It was like the end of Juice.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you got the juice now, dog.
was a
That's
good
how.
one.
That was literally how Candyman ended.
Wow, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Mhm.
you the Candyman now.
And look,
It's like,
digital
wait,
Tony Todd.
You know, yay.
All
right,
So
well-
speaking of chipmunks,
Mm.
we have a much better
You're
thing
welcome.
to talk about
A
here.
much
You're welcome.
better movie.
You're welcome.
Man, okay, so I gotta start this by saying,
Because really, this is all about you.
yeah, because
of
you'd
course.
never seen this.
Yeah, we
right?
grew up on this.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Not only had I never seen this before, I have zero attachment to the Chipmunks.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Gotcha.
for me,
That's weird as a musician. Like, I would feel like, as a kid, it would have
it was annoying.
hit with the voices and everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
Right, and I still found even in this movie me going like, oh, those are kind of shrill sometimes.
Mm.
But then they hit the bops, and I was
Yeah,
going like,
dude.
Uh-huh.
how
There's
am I
some
jamming
Dude,
out to this?
the
How
girls
is this
of
music,
rock and roll, man.
dude? How is it so good? How is it so good?
Dude, off to see the world.
Girls, we are the
Off to
girls
see the
of
world.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit that ponytail switch.
So,
Hit,
so you guys know this movie
Uh-huh.
intimately,
I
right?
didn't even watch it this week.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
I don't have
You're
to.
just like, it's in here.
It's
I
all-
got it. It's
Yeah,
like-
I see it. Uh-huh.
that's funny.
I
Okay.
mean, seriously, my sister and I would watch this movie like almost every day.
Yeah.
And then that was up until I was probably like 12, 13,
Yeah.
14. Got it on VHS, continued to watch. I've watched this movie hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Wow.
It-
Okay.
and it never gets old.
Yeah.
Once it kicks off, dude, it's just
Yeah.
like, it's a
So-
fucking good time.
So I guess we should give you the what had happened
Yeah. What happened?
this week.
What happened?
Give us a summary.
Dave
yeah.
goes out of town, tells the boys stay at home.
Dave wears the
Boys-
hell out of those pants. let me
Uh
tell
huh.
you.
Oh, he do that. He do that. Boys don't listen. Go on magic balloon ride to market blood diamonds. To deliver blood diamond across the globe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
it was cocaine for a long
then
time
they
there. I
sing
was like,
songs.
are they trafficking coke?
Uh-huh.
What's going on here?
Yeah, right. They sing songs to cope.
Yeah.
I've never seen so
Were you
many.
aware of the Chipettes?
I had to have been, but
Yeah.
they're not something that comes up in my mind. You know, like
Having a sister, I guess I never had a choice. It was
Right.
always like, the Chipmunks were always more popular, but
Yeah.
the Chipettes were definitely a thing.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm so detached from the Chipmunks that even like thinking of Alvin as your name,
Yes.
That's not
another
the-
attachment.
that's not the connection that I make.
right.
I don't immediately go, oh yeah, big A sweatshirt, yeah, like
Yeah.
that's not even where
Right.
my brain goes.
That's funny because that's where everybody else's brain goes
Yeah.
once they know my name is Alvin. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, well, where's Simon and Theodore? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's like, Jesus, you're so smart. You're so witty and funny.
No one's
You're
ever
the
said that before.
first
Never
one
said
to
that.
make that joke.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this guy that works with me named Walker. I'm like, people ever give you Walker Texas Ranger jokes? He's like, only every fucking day. I'm like,
Oh,
that's
man.
great. dude.
Okay.
Now I gotta
Cool,
do
just
it.
wanted to- yeah,
Now I gotta
was
do
gonna
it.
say, now I'm gonna do it. Of course.
But yeah, like, I always had that attachment to that character, but I also really just enjoyed the show as a kid.
Yeah.
man.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like
like,
the
it was-
show.
Yeah,
Love
like
the movie.
the animation in the Chipmunks is a very unique animation
Right,
style,
isn't
you
it
know?
though?
It's a
that's
lost.
the
It's a lost style.
Right,
Like, we don't
right.
get this kind of
Mm-mm.
Like the
kids animation
humans?
anymore.
the
Yeah.
humans, the way the humans look.
They look super creepy
Very
and all their
gaunt,
movements
very,
super
like,
gaunt. Uh-huh.
Dude,
Yeah.
the
Like
squash
Klaus
and
and
stretch
Claudia.
Is
of
crazy.
the Chipmunks and the Chipettes,
Oh,
like
dude.
especially
Oh,
during
yeah,
the
yeah.
musical
Yeah.
numbers.
It's-
the
it's
squash and
amazing.
stretch
Like when
is
you
just
remember,
hilarious.
it's
the one
top-notch,
scene
dude.
where they're coming up off the mountain singing the girls and boys of rock and roll,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, right. But Alvin is standing on because they're all standing on their hot air balloons and they're doing the
Yeah.
monkey. And
Oh,
they're
yeah,
dancing,
and they're, like,
and it pans
screaming.
around. But at one point, Alvin's like holding on to the ropes and he's screaming rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
And they're having to hold
They're having to
him.
hold his
Yeah,
feet,
because
yeah.
he's like bending all the way out.
Britney's
and the
doing
same
the
thing
same
with Britney.
thing, same
uh-huh.
thing with Britney.
Yeah, dude. And it's so like,
That's
oh
good
my
shit.
God.
That's really
so
good shit.
good.
I love that.
I
so
love
good.
the way that the two antagonists, the two humans, look.
Klaus and Claudia.
Klaus and
Yeah, dude, they
Claudia.
both have.
Claudia. And what are their dog's names? Sophie.
Man.
Sophie.
Dude,
Oh,
she's
poor Sophie.
Sophie.
she's got shoulder pads that just don't quit, dude. Her shoulder
Uh-huh.
pads are like
Exactly.
fucking up here.
She's got those
you know?
serious
And
80s shoulder
She,
pads.
she totally
dude.
doesn't, and
She
these
pulls that
like
Cruella de
really
Vil, bro.
hard fucking cheekbones.
Yeah.
That they
Yeah.
they give them a really hard outline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And all the smoke effects and shit that they use.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
And
everything's so
I-
ominous.
I can't think of any other kids movies where they smoke that much, where
Right.
people smoke this many
Cruella.
cigarettes.
Well,
That'd
it's
be,
about to say it was
Cruella
a
de Vil's
thing
the
for
closest thing.
villains
Oh,
at that time.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
You're
then you
kinda
had
right, yeah.
Toxic Love.
Yeah, dude.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all smoke.
Man,
Yeah.
when,
Yeah.
I guess it's
The
Klaus.
slime beneath me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Slime up above.
Oh yeah.
That was Tim Curry.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was.
Hell yeah, it was Tim Curry.
He's being sexy in the
Yeah.
booth.
Love
is
that
what
He
he
was
doing.
so sexy.
Is it-
Oh my god.
Man, the part when Klaus is in the pool and he keeps fucking with the
Uh-huh.
dog.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, this
dude,
is
he
great.
hates Sophie.
Yeah, dude.
He doesn't go.
Did the little princess get wet? And then
That
she's
dude,
like,
she like pokes his face. Oh, Klaus, be careful.
yeah. I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought that I would.
Yeah.
Did you watch it with Iana?
Hell yeah, I did.
Hell
How'd
yeah.
And she
you
didn't
feel
want to
about it?
watch it at first. She's like,
Right.
I don't want to watch a movie. And then I just put it on, and then
Uh-huh.
she was just
She's
sitting there like,
It's captivating.
Uh-huh.
It's captivating, and it's a very heartfelt movie too.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get to my mother, that's
Oh,
all I
yeah.
need. That song, man, it's just like
oh yeah,
that's-
totally.
oh,
which
shit,
that
bro.
that part's funny too because they were like, we're going to Istanbul, and she went,
it's not
No,
Constantinople.
yeah, she did, she
did.
and she was like, I think it's gonna be nighttime there, and I'm like, is it because of the video? She's like, yeah,
Istanbul.
not Constantinople.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, really, there's so many just like, I mean, the whole
Cultural
way through.
stereotypes. Yeah,
I mean,
know.
there's a lot of
You
that.
know what? We
There's
really
a lot.
couldn't get through the rest of this episode with at least mentioning that.
I mean, for real. Like
Dude,
when we go to
there were-
India and we're like, yeah,
we go
the
to
snake
Mexico.
charmer,
I think
and
the
there's,
worst
like,
thing
that
is
scene.
probably the
volcano.
the Aboriginal.
The
the woolly
volcano,
bully scene.
That-
woolly
that
bully.
is-
They start worshiping
That-
Theodore.
that's
Yeah.
that's the
He's
part
the
where I
god-
was
He's
their
the
god
king
of-
of, god
king
of
of
plenty.
plenty.
The
Yeah.
god of,
and
he was
that
the god
they're,
of
that they're
plenty.
totally
Yeah.
gonna fatten up and then kill. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, dude, because they made them all cannibals. They made them all like that was the part where I was just going like, oh, dude, this would not like the
Uh-huh.
rest of them were just kind of like off color a little
Right.
bit. Like,
Yeah.
hey, look, this is what turkey's like, right?
Yeah.
But then that one, you're like,
Oh, when you look at the
man.
bones through the nose and everything. And was it Prince of Plenty?
In my,
I think it was the Prince of Plenty. I don't think they called him a god yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
I
think it was
don't.
their
I just
Prince
don't.
of
I
Plenty.
don't cringe very often, and that scene actually made me cringe.
Oh,
Hurry,
yeah.
hurry.
And they're, whatever.
Worry, bury.
Well,
And I'm
all right, all right.
I think he means
Woolly
woolly bully.
Dude, that part where he had the jam box, though.
what?
The one,
Yeah.
the one dude came up
Yeah.
and he was like, he was fucking killing it. He was that was good. That was good.
Yeah, dude.
So-
it's just a good time.
It's a really good
So
time.
before
yes.
before we get too much further in this, are we all in consensus? What was her name? The babysitter. Fuck, what was her name?
Oh,
Miss.
Oh,
Miss.
God, what was her name?
Go on.
Miss Millen, Miss.
Was it Miss Miller?
Miss
Miss
Miller.
Miller.
It was Miss
Miss
Miller.
Miller.
Yeah, it was Miss Miller.
Yeah, Miss
Yeah.
Miller's
Yeah.
best girl, right?
I mean, yeah, she is.
I love
She's
Miss
amazing.
Miller.
She's
I
amazing. She's
I
over
would
there
watch an
working out,
entire
just doing
movie
her-
of just Miss
Uh-huh.
Miller, dude.
For real. She didn't
David,
even.
would
are
she-
you drunk?
Yeah,
Dude,
for real.
she's
Didn't
like,
even know
are
the
they
boys are
available?
gone.
Well, how would
Hell
I
yeah,
know? That shit is really good, and Dave is so fucking clueless. Dude.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when she runs
Are they
that
with you?
car off the road and her mirror like breaks and she's just
She tries to
flips
put it
the
back up.
fuck
What was she
out.
singing? What was she singing while she was driving?
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He told me, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, ting, walla, walla, bing, bang.
I love it
Told
when
you,
she's like,
I don't have to watch this movie,
Yeah,
dog.
when she's
I can press
cooking-
I
play.
gotcha.
when she's
I can
cooking
press
in the
play.
kitchen and she's singing,
Oh, yes,
what is
she
that?
rolling
I
the dough.
want to give you some candy.
Yeah.
Dude,
Miss Miller's the best. I
is
love
amazing.
her.
And
Yeah.
just the way she's animated too is just so
Yeah,
great. She's in there
absolutely.
holding the phone with her shoulder and shit while she has cake
Yeah.
batter all over
Yeah,
the place.
exactly. She's
Yeah.
doing cake batter,
Yeah,
cake batter
wiping it on her apron, on her pants. Yeah,
oh my
dude.
god, yeah,
In her hair.
everything's so
Yeah.
organic in this
Yes.
movie, you know?
Yes, but I mean, you look at it and like from an adult standpoint. 'cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I have watched it over the past 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
That movie was not easy to animate.
No.
You know?
There's not a lot of same frames.
No. It reminds me kind of Sword in the Stone.
Oh, totally.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like-
yeah,
like-
Sword in the Stone or
I feel like
Black
it-
Cauldron.
Or Black Cauldron.
Yeah,
Black
exactly.
Cauldron. Yeah, that's actually more accurate.
I always go to the like Don Bluth kind of animated
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
when I think about that. Like I feel like the animation style leans more towards that kind of or just the character design
Yeah.
specifically.
What's the
Right.
name of
A lot
that one that I'm
times.
thinking of with the dog?
All dogs go to heaven.
No, not that one. The one
That's a
with
great film.
there's
That's
the
a
dog
good
with the
one.
glasses, and I always think of him with all the sausages in his mouth. It's
Lady and the Tramp?
no. It's a Don
It's a
Bluth
Don
movie.
Bluth.
It's
Fox. No.
What else was there? There's Balto. He was a
called?
dog. There's
Balto was Disney, I think.
I'm trying to think of dogs.
Is
Like
it
animated
like
dog movies.
Oscar something, or is it like fuck man? I can't
Milo
think
and
of it.
Otis?
No, it's
That's
not Milo.
not a cartoon.
Gonna take a walk outside today. No, not Milo and Otis. You know how many pugs died in that movie?
A lot.
You know,
You know how many
no.
cats
So
died?
first off, I'm sorry to tangent here. Milo and Otis is a Japanese film, and like
that they
fucking
redubbed.
right that they
Yeah.
redubbed, but like 30 or 40 pugs died making that movie, and
Yeah.
most of the time it was because of the bear scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Milo's the cat, right? Because Otis
Yes.
is the,
Yeah, that's right.
is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pug. So there's a scene where Milo's falling off a cliff. They actually threw a damn cat off a cliff. So there. If it's
Ruthless.
one of your favorite kids
The cat
movies,
was a
I'm
method.
glad I could ruin
the
it.
cat was
I'm
a
glad we
method
could ruin it
actor
for
who
you.
did his own stunts.
He did his
Okay.
own stunts.
That's all that was, right? That's professionalism.
That's
Okay, we need more of this in the world.
Big fan of Tom Cruise.
Absolutely.
He did his own fucking stunts.
For real.
It's Mission
Oh my
Cat
God.
Possible right here.
Yeah, right.
You know. Okay.
I'd
So,
watch that.
so what do you? How did you feel about the music as a whole?
Like other than like I said, I still think that the Chipmunks have a shrill voice.
I mean, they
What
do.
happened
That's
was
part of
the
it.
songs would start and I'd go, huh.
Mhm.
Why does this jam so hard?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why? And then
Dude.
all of a sudden I'm like,
Dude.
oh no, I love this song.
Dude,
Fuck.
Diamond Dolls.
Oh yeah, dude.
Diamond
yeah.
Dolls slaps.
Mm.
That song slaps,
Yeah,
man.
Dude.
Oh my god.
I think I think the music is quintessential of that time. Some of it fucking sounds like Huey Lewis in the news. Some of
Right.
it sounds
Dude.
like
Well, they've always
you
had
know.
like different musicians that would play with Alvin because they are
Right.
considered a band.
and that
Like,
really
they're-
makes me wonder who was doing the music for this film. Like,
Right.
like who did they get as session musicians to come in? Because
That'd
some of that
be-
stuff sounds
I was
so
trying-
80s
yeah.
iconic that I'm like, I had to have heard these people.
Well,
in
Off
other...
to See the World sounds like a stadium ballad.
It does.
Yeah, totally.
And
Uh-huh.
I was listening to that shit on the way up.
That shit's
or
awesome.
To pick you up.
That it's
today,
got it's
yeah.
very much got like a
It's
we
so-
built this city
Yeah,
like
very
that kind of
much,
vibe
yeah.
to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I love
yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
And what's the one that they did? The Chipettes do in the snake room.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah,
I like that
totally.
one. That's
Mhm.
very
when they're
like
part of a
80s
harem.
80s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
There are a
Like,
lot more
that happened.
problematic elements.
That happened, sir.
There
a
are
little
maybe
Turkish
a few,
sultan said,
Yeah.
"I don't want the toys. I'm
I want
taking
the
the
girls. I want
girls."
the
I want the
girls.
girls.
And he put them in the harem.
Uh-huh,
I
for
don't
real.
care if you're not human and children. You're
Uh-huh.
going in the harem.
Yeah, they were rocking that thing too.
Yeah.
You know, those girls came out with their veils on and
Yeah,
shit.
seriously,
Like, oh
yeah.
my god.
Mhm.
But
You
that's
know?
like a twangy, like 80s country song
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, totally. Uh-huh.
You know.
And had them snakes dancing.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, dude. The snakes were feeling it, dude.
Uh-huh. But that wasn't no.
I think that's-
not Flying with the Eagle.
That's like one of the only parts that I thought was animated a little shitty is with the snakes because
Oh,
there's this
yeah.
part
that
where,
was Getting Lucky.
oh
lucky.
Getting Lucky.
Getting lucky with you.
Uh-huh.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
That was Getting
Oh
Lucky.
my god.
Give me a clue.
Yeah,
Tell me
dude.
what I need to do to get lucky with you.
Yeah, it's a lot better than I was thinking, man.
Yeah.
Like every time they'd start singing, I'd be like, "Oh, those voices," and then I'd fall in love with the
Yeah.
song.
Uh-huh.
So, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I like it a
they,
lot.
I mean,
I
they
like
really
it.
did. They put
Yeah.
a lot of time and effort into their production value.
Yeah.
Like,
all around.
Because I feel like the worst Chipmunk song ever is that Chipmunk Christmas song.
See, and that's
You
what
know what I'm
everybody
saying?
thinks about.
Yeah, but that was like that was
Yeah.
like what in the 70s?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like
You know,
OG.
The beginning
Yeah.
of the
that,
Chipmunks,
like, yeah,
right?
not
before they really took that music like super serious.
And that's
the only
and gave
thing
them,
that
like,
I
high
think
production
of.
values. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that's the thing is with the Chipmunks, they pretty much started as just a quirky record gimmick
Yes.
concept,
yeah.
you know.
It's
and
like, okay,
then
we're gonna
yes,
speed
there
up
was
vocals, and now it sounds like
yeah,
this.
and now it sounds like Chipmunks, and it was just kind of a gimmick to sell records of old songs.
You know, I don't
You
think
know?
I ever really considered it. Now that you're saying that, the way that they would have had to make this shit is they would have had to had a slower tempo that they recorded all the vocals
and
at.
that's what
and
they
then-
did.
Then speed
No,
it up.
no, I got it
Yeah.
immediately right now, but I just hadn't thought about
And
that.
if you think
found that
about it,
surprising.
when
I
you're
just
watching,
never put the thought
yeah.
into it.
when
Yeah.
you're watching this
Yeah.
movie, if you listen to the way that the Chipmunks and the Chipettes talk,
Yeah.
you can see that the dialogue is kind of stilted because the people who are acting have to say their lines slower so
Slower.
that when they
Slow.
speed, it's like, "Hey, Dave." Da, da, da,
Uh-huh.
da, da,
And
da,
that's
da,
also
da,
why
da.
Dave
You know?
speaks in a very, very weird pattern,
Right,
pentameter
it's the
as
kind
well.
of Max
I thought he was
Matt
just an
sound in
idiot.
some way.
Well, I mean, he is that, you know.
Dave's just a pretty idiot.
He's-
That's
he's
all he
with a
is.
heart of
Look,
gold.
man,
Yeah,
he's not
he's
an
a heart of
idiot.
gold,
He's
man.
just trying so hard, and he's just
He
so
just
exacerbated.
adopted 3 little fucking rodents that he thought would just be cute, and they ended up being fucking hellions.
Yeah, he put shirts on him, and he was just like, done, and then he realized,
Uh-huh.
oh, wait, no, I actually have to raise
them, for real. And I mean, and, you know, it's almost like if Joe Jackson wasn't an asshole.
Oh,
You know?
wow.
What if Joe Jackson? What if we replace Dave with Joe Jackson? What happens to the Chipmunks then?
Oh, no.
What happens? What do they become? Because they became global sensations under Dave's tutelage.
Right.
If we added Joe Jackson to the mix.
They just needed to get beat more. That's really all it is.
Alvin wouldn't have been doing none of that shit. None of it. You know, for real. Go to school, come home, start performing. That's
right.
it. You know?
Till your feet bleed.
Till your feet bleed.
Till your
Oh,
feet
for
bleed.
real.
Fuck, dude.
Oh my God. I was trying to see who are some of the artists.
Yeah, because I would like to know that, but
I don't think they've.
I don't know. I was very surprised by it because the music has a vibe to it the whole way, and they definitely change up style, and they definitely change up like the setting like fits with the music really well and all that kind of stuff. But like. Yeah, I don't know. It came out of nowhere for me because
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect in this movie, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
You
I'm
know?
going to assume that you didn't watch the series, the
No.
show that it
No,
was
no,
based
dude,
on.
You've
no, I'm
never
not-
seen a single episode.
I not that I can remember. It's
Yeah.
possible that it had been on, but I definitely did not watch it, and I definitely haven't seen any other Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, including the one with Jason Lee.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one
yeah.
either. It's
I haven't
probably
seen
they
it.
weren't,
more
they
like-
weren't very good.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, they were
that
okay.
sucks. I love
for-
Jason Lee.
Yeah, they were okay for what they were, but
Chocolate
I mean,
covered pretzel.
but the problem is by comparison. Like when I have the Chipmunks Adventure, memorized, and so I hold everything to that comparison.
Oh
because
yeah, I
just
see.
As a
This is the high
film,
watermark, isn't it?
right?
Yeah.
You know, so
Mhm.
that's very, very difficult.
Well, I'm glad this is
So-
the one that I got to see then.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
You
There
know,
you go.
and it is very nice being able to watch a movie that we're doing with Iana.
Oh,
because
yeah,
most of the time I can't.
Right.
Right.
So-
And that was another thing for me too, because like as a child
Mhm.
and watching that movie, like it's almost magical, man.
Yeah, I can
You
see
know?
it. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, like
She
the
was getting
animation
lost in
style.
it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
animation style itself. It's like watching The Last Unicorn. Have you ever seen The Last
Oh,
Unicorn?
I love The Last
Yeah,
Unicorn,
you know,
dude.
that's another one of
By
those
the way,
movies. where
America did that soundtrack.
America did.
Mhm.
Yes, they did. God, what was that song? I'm alive.
Oh
The
man,
Last Unicorn.
man.
Uh,
Now you remember that song "Man's Road" on
Uh-huh.
Walking Man's Road. No, that shit's hot. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Like,
Uh-huh.
but it has that animation style that, like, you know, for a
It's-
child, it's unsettling enough for an adult, but for a kid, it's just like,
It's surreal.
Yeah,
it's,
right?
But it's compelling at the same time. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
almost like looking
yeah.
at a dream.
Yeah,
You know?
dreamlike.
It's
That's
very,
a good way
very
to.
dreamlike.
Yeah, and I mean, shit. If you think about this plot, it's very dreamlike. Where
Uh-huh.
like it doesn't even make a whole lot of sense. It's like, oh, now we're here, and this weird shit happened. You're like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
okay. You just kind of have to accept.
guess we're gonna
things
sing
as
a
as
song.
they're
Right.
going
Yeah.
on. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
You
I mean,
know?
it's just the way that they used to make these kinds of films.
It's awesome.
You
Yeah.
know, where it's just like, and the thing too, which set this one for me outside of the pack from a lot of movies that were made from series in the 80s and stuff like that, is it doesn't feel like just an extended episode of the show.
Right.
It
Oh,
feels
okay,
like
okay.
an
Its
actual
own thing.
feature
Okay. Yeah.
adventure.
It has
That's
its beginning,
awesome.
middle, end. It's just
And
like,
What's
it
the show
works.
more like then? Like if you had to
It's
compare
very-
it to a
Well, it's episodic.
Yeah.
and
Sure, but
basically
I
it's
just
just
mean,
like
like,
the
just them
chipmunks
getting
get
into
into
antic.
trouble.
did they
Yeah.
still go around the world like
no,
that kind of shit?
no.
So it was a more localized thing.
Yes, yes. It's
Yeah.
them
So
in their neighborhood and,
and
Dave trying to.
performing their
So it's more
band.
like Curious
Yes.
George.
It's
well,
way more fun than that.
yeah.
Sure, but I just mean
You know?
like
'Cause
antics
usually
happen with
usually
the
it's Alvin
with the,
having some kind of like bird brain idea,
Yeah.
and then the other boys being like, "God damn
Ed,
it!"
Ed, and Eddie.
And then yes, there we go, there we
Okay,
go.
okay.
That's solid. Yeah, that's
Okay.
solid.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, more like
Think
that.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie of the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
But they-
you know,
and they play music.
They play music,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Dave is always mad. Alvin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and so because it's always Alvin.
That's his
Theodore's a good boy.
catchline.
Simon's a good boy.
He's
Yeah.
just
You
eats
know,
everything.
Alvin's just like, man, fuck. He was Bart Simpson
No,
before
Simon
Bart
is
Simpson
just
was
like,
Bart
he's
Simpson.
just like, God, I don't want to
Oh,
deal with
Alvin is the original Snark, man.
Yeah.
That's the OG.
I can
Like
tell
seriously, when it
that,
comes to
yeah.
cartoons, like you
Yeah.
know, like Alvin was Bart before Bart.
Wow,
You know?
that's crazy.
You know, he's
Eat
that,
my
that
shorts.
rebel. Yeah, dude. He's just
Yeah.
like, man, I'm doing my own thing. I don't care. He's like, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this is fun. Y'all are boring. Like, let's go do this. And Dave never likes it.
No.
He never likes it. Alvin will burn down the house. It'll
Yeah.
happen.
Oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying?
Okay.
Well,
They'll
yeah.
blow stuff
Yeah.
up. You know, it'll. Oh yeah, yeah. It
It'll
gets,
happen.
I liked it when he was trying to stow away in the suitcase.
Oh,
That was-
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
awesome.
And Dave's trying to pack real quick because the taxi's about to be here. It's just like, okay, I got shoes, toothpaste.
Yep.
What am I missing? Me. He just jumps into the
That's
suitcase.
good. That's good, man. Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
No,
those are
this
kids, man.
movie's heartwarming,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
and then it's funny.
I think it's
And then it's also really creepy because of the henchmen sometimes, you know,
Oh,
where you're
yeah.
like, ooh, these folks are no good.
no, because
You
they
know?
look literally evil.
Right,
Yeah.
Yes.
right.
Yes. The bad guys are very clearly defined. And I mean,
hope
like I
when
said,
my
for
hair
a kid,
starts to go gray, it turns into an evil streak.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, and I do like how they cast the God, what's his fucking name? The Interpol officer.
oh yeah, yeah, he's
and
great.
They kind of frame him as like a competing villain,
Right.
but it
he's
turns
actually
out he's an
one of the
Interpol
heroes,
officer. You see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the whole time you think that he's after him too.
yeah,
and,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, and at the end he busts them.
Uh-huh.
Busts Klaus and Claudia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so and Sophie.
And Sophie.
And Sophie.
Sophie goes to jail too.
Yes.
There's a dog. There's a dog jail in this universe.
I love it, dude. They lock Sophie up. Oh man, just for being awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's so good. Man.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was absolutely awesome. I wouldn't expect. It's
Yeah.
also only an hour 16.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Now,
I was
where did
focused.
you
That's
watch
Very
nice.
focused once it
Huh?
starts.
I watched
Yeah,
it on YouTube.
You
man.
watched it on YouTube. So
Yeah.
YouTube, I noticed. Did you see the scene where they actually get in, where Klaus and Claudia, they meet at their mansion and they actually get into the balloons? Because they, from when I was trying to watch it, and then I was just like, wait, this is missing an entire scene.
I don't
Like it was a jump
so.
between. I'm trying to remember where the jump is. It's right before the I like you very much. It's right before they get to Mexico. And,
Oh my
and
yeah, dude. Yeah, like.
and
What do you say to that? What the fuck do you say to it?
It's so fucked up. I wonder,
fucked
man. I
up.
wonder how
Like,
what kind of
that's-
reception. If everybody watched this movie now, they'd be like, "This is racist as fuck."
Cancel
You know?
the shit out of these chipmunks. Fuck. It really like
yeah.
culturally.
I mean, we're been
insensitive
dancing
at
around
its
the
best.
issue.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
but-
dance around the sombrero.
Yeah, Roro.
Oh man. Oh dude.
Fuck.
Go into this with a grain of salt and realize that it was a very different time.
It's a-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, there's a whole sequence like
That-
when
that
they
isn't
first get
there?
into the
How
blue.
long is it?
It's probably a good I don't know, maybe 3 minutes.
What was clipped
Oh.
out?
Where the chipmunks and the chipettes go to their mansion and they
Uh-huh.
hand out the dolls
The
and
dolls to
explain
them.
how
They clipped
to,
that out?
Yeah, it's not in the YouTube. It is
What?
like if you watch it
That's-
on other platforms, that's there, but it's like a
You
piece
have
of
to
the video.
how would you
Yeah.
not have that?
It's just a part of the. As soon as I noticed
That's
that, I
what
was just
kicks
like,
off
okay,
the
I'm not
whole-
watching this on YouTube.
So where'd they get the balloons from that you saw? They were just on the balloons.
They
all of a
just
sudden?
immediately
they just
jump
riding
to
balloons all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
they just automatically
No.
go to
No.
Mexico and they're on the balloons. They don't
I wonder
explain
if
it.
it
I
has
remember
to do
them-
with them
see-
receiving the blood diamonds. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why they would.
Now you
clip
got
that
me.
out.
Now you got me wondering because I don't. It's hard for me to conjure up whether something was missing
What,
to
because
something
you
that
haven't
I don't
seen
have
it,
any
yeah.
reference
Seen
to.
it,
Well,
right?
I'm
You know
just
what I'm
saying, if you don't
Yeah.
remember them meeting at the mansion,
Well, sure,
with
but
Claudia,
I guess I could have looked away for a couple of minutes. I mean, I was watching it with Iana, and she
Yeah.
had bathroom breaks
I
and
gotcha.
toys involved. And
Right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I tried to watch
Well,
the
that
YouTube
sucks.
one that's on
Yeah.
YouTube that's kind of broken up into different videos.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, mine was one solid
Oh,
video.
yours was one solid.
So maybe it
Okay.
did have that.
Maybe it did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if you remove that, then you remove a crucial part of the movie.
of the
Right.
of the plot.
Of the
You're
plot,
you're
yeah.
talking about when they're explaining the dolls, right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
you're gonna take the girls' dolls, and they're gonna take the boys'
Uh-huh.
dolls.
Yeah.
Like that part was in there.
Okay.
So I
was
saw
just
that.
wondering.
Yeah.
It's just like
Okay.
the version
Okay.
that I was
Yeah.
trying to watch just skipped over that whole part, and I was just like,
Weird.
"Whoa,
That sucks.
this is wrong."
Yeah,
that
that's
sucks,
very
man.
weird.
So just be aware,
Yeah.
guys. It is on YouTube, but go for the
Man.
full, not the piecemeal
Yeah,
videos.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a really good movie just to throw on passively too.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you just don't want to
absolutely.
like really have to focus on something, you know,
Mhm.
like. I mean, even though I do think that it will draw your attention.
Oh yeah,
I really,
absolutely.
really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore.
Mhm.
But those jams are some jams.
Those
man.
are
They're,
some
some
they're
serious
awesome. They're
jams.
And
pretty
then I was
good.
thinking about it, man.
Mhm.
It's like, Alvin and the Chipmunks was one of the first shows that really just focused on like a single father.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
Just a single dad, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's
Just
before Full House and everything.
right.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Mhm.
like he just got his
This
boys.
also came out the year I was born.
Oh,
Isn't
Really?
that cool?
Yeah, that is cool.
Something I'd never seen my whole life.
Something that you should have had from birth.
Right.
right.
Yeah, it should have been a part of your life from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Well, damn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
GG's, mom.
Yeah. It's your fault. that I hadn't had this amazing experience.
GG's.
Yeah. I don't know. This is weird because it's like a time capsule that I'm not familiar with the objects in it, but I like them.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
oh, I don't remember any of this shit, but this is
It's
cool.
awesome. Uh-huh. Yeah, so definitely check it out. I mean, I it comes highly recommended.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and I think honestly, IMDb is sitting at like 7.9 or 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a
Which
rating?
is
Oh,
which is interesting to me, like for a classic cartoon.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That
Um,
I'm sure not a lot of people think back onto unless they unless that was a big part of their lives. like it was
Exactly.
for us. Yeah.
Right.
you know.
So this tangent a little bit, but are there any other? Because this is obviously one for me,
Yeah.
and I have something else I'm thinking about. But are there any other like older cartoons that you know about, but you've never seen, but you've always been like, man, I really should watch that? Because like I've never seen Little Nemo.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little.
Oh wait,
in
okay,
Slumberland?
not
I
Finding
haven't
Nemo, but
No,
Little Nemo.
No,
Little
no,
Nemo.
Little
Right,
Nemo.
I saw Nemo. Yeah.
Boy on Bed.
Yeah. Boy on Bed.
Right,
Yes,
yeah.
Boy on Bed.
I read Little Nemo.
I
I've
have
seen
not
a
seen
lot
that.
of that.
I do want
the comic.
to. Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do
Right.
want to watch that though.
Right.
No, I have not seen that.
Okay, so Little
Yeah,
Nemo's on
I
that
have.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbelina?
Oh, okay.
I never
that.
saw
She's a tiny little
Thumbelina.
squirt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
a little person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching
And then
Thumbelina.
little
Did you
people
watch The
angry-
Borrowers when Miyazaki did it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember. I used to watch the Borrowers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Well,
whoa,
but no, when
There's a
Miyazaki did,
Miyazaki
yeah,
Borrowers?
yeah.
The animated, the series, right?
Huh? No, it's a
Oh.
movie.
Oh,
It was
okay.
God, what was the name of it? It was I have to look up Miyazaki films. But
I
yeah, he
don't
did.
even know
The
about
Littles?
that.
No, but I used to
We
love
are the
the Littles.
Littles.
I love it. And then there's a Little Bits. So come join the fun with the Little Bits.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We all around. Oh, Little Bits. Yeah, the Little Bits. You had Maya the Bee. Maya the
remember that,
Bee. See, I was old enough to remember this shit. Where
Yeah.
y'all were like super little.
Yeah. Where
Um,
these are just vague memories for me where I'm like, yeah, kind of, maybe.
yeah, no, man. See her flying through the air, buzzing here and there.
Everywhere.
Saying, catch me if you dare. Busy buzzing everywhere. I could go on. But let's see. What is the name of the Robbie? What's the name of the Borrowers movie? That Miyazaki did. The Secret World of Arietti. That's what it was.
Oh.
I have seen
Arietti.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
it
based
is
on the Borrowers.
wonderful.
Yes.
It is wonderful.
It is a splendid movie.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
okay,
that one?
that's
Good.
add
I
to
have
the
it.
list.
Yeah. It's in a lot of like if you go to Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think it was actually Miyazaki who directed it, but it is a Ghibli.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah,
Was it
yes.
actually Miyazaki?
Yeah, that was actually Miyazaki.
Or was it his
like that was
son?
that's
I'm
also
pretty
a
confident.
Miyazaki.
Well, that is.
Or was it the
No,
other
dude.
guy
Do you mean
who usually?
That was
What
a
is it?
Miyazaki.
His
film.
son
his
did
brother's
Earthsea.
his brother's is
So it probably wasn't his son.
well his brother also does it too though.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Well-
Hayao is the
He's
champ.
the name.
He's the goat.
He's the name. He's
Right.
the god.
Okay,
and then
okay,
it's
so
Goro Miyazaki,
It
isn't that his
seems
brother?
Like,
Goro?
no. So no, I was wrong. It's Yonebayashi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was.
But
the
it is a
director.
Studio Ghibli.
It's Studio Ghibli.
film.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay,
yeah,
I got
but
you.
Miyazaki
Yeah, yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, he didn't direct it.
He didn't direct it.
Oh, all right.
Regardless, it's a phenomenal.
It's
film.
phenomenal.
Yeah, still.
It's really good.
Mhm.
But you can find that in a lot of the Studio Ghibli collections.
Yeah.
Like the DVD,
Mhm.
Blu-ray collections. Like that's where I have it.
Mm,
So
mhm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
it's great.
Man, yeah, I didn't even
Mhm.
know about that one. Wow,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Little people, man.
That steal shit,
That's right.
or sometimes
No.
gift shit.
They just borrow
They
it.
just borrow it.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
it was
borrowers.
just there, and they're just trying to build a home.
They're thieves.
Yeah.
You know.
And they're not taking anything super important. They're just taking
No.
like buttons and like
Yeah.
What do you think we are?
thieves.
Thieves. You know,
Man.
I love like when it comes to Studio Ghibli, like the way that they animate things like tape.
Oh,
You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they'll pull tape off of a roll of tape, and it's just like that looks so sticky.
yeah, it's
You know, that had to be so difficult to do. You know.
they really sell it with their
Yeah.
objects. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I just love how clunky Howl's Moving Castle is, and how
Yeah,
it
it
changes
really
every
is.
time you look at it.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's not even a consistency to it.
Nope.
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's the
matter.
point.
It's some junk.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
there.
we told you it was Howl's
Balancing
Moving Castle.
precariously.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yep. Weird
Yeah.
crooked wizard tower at the top.
Yeah. What was the fire's name?
Calcifer.
Calcifer.
Uh-huh.
Calcifer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That still fucks me up that Hal is Christian Bale though.
Yeah. Hal's got a little Gojo going for him.
Yeah.
Little
You
bit.
know,
Mhm.
he's got a little Gojo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you need to watch some Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I mean,
You just need to know.
it's
about
on
this
HBO.
Man. Yeah.
Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you were watching? Is on HBO Max?
I'm watching
Oh, okay.
it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it's
Yeah.
on Max
But,
too.
because I think
Mhm.
HBO only. I don't know if it has both versions. I think
Yeah,
it only
it's
has the
both.
dub. Does it have the sub?
That's about-
Yeah, because there was a reason why I started watching it on HBO, and then I ended up watching it on Crunchy for some reason. And because Crunchyroll had more episodes, but Crunchyroll has it in every language.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that HBO Max has it in two,
Yeah.
like
it's,
English and Japanese.
Yeah.
the sub and
Okay.
dub.
Okay.
Sub and dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Mhm.
yeah, so I thought that they had like more episodes on that side, so I started
Yeah.
watching it on Crunchy. Also, I like to like actually use Crunchyroll since I pay for it.
Right.
That'd be
Yeah.
that's good.
You know, yeah. Every once in a while, I'm
Agreed.
like, hey man, I should use that thing that
Yeah.
I pay for every month.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Now that
man.
I'm paying for it, that's generally where I watch my anime.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
you
like
know.
I'm gonna get something out of this. Damn it.
Right.
Like,
You know, dude, there were
and I'm
months
glad-
where I
yeah.
forgot. I forgot that I was even paying for Crunchyroll,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
That's
holy
how they get you.
shit. Seriously,
That's how they
right?
get you.
Yeah,
That's
boy.
how they fuck you. That's how they fuck you.
He tried to fuck on me. So do we have anything else
Yeah.
to say about the Chipmunks Adventure?
I mean, I'm still sticking to
watch
my
it. If
same
you got
thing. Yeah, it's
kids, watch
surprisingly awesome.
Yeah.
If you don't have kids, watch
Watch
it.
it.
Yeah.
Just
Even
watch
if you
it.
think maybe I won't like this Chipmunks
Dude,
movie, just watch
Just
it.
watch
yeah.
it. Yeah.
If you like the 80s at all, you'll fucking love this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tandy's from the 80s.
Tandy is from the 80s.
Don't ruin this, Tandy.
Let's see, Tandy. Come on, Tandy. This
Jesus
is
Christ.
your era right here. Would you recommend the fine folks at home to watch Chipmunk Great Adventure? The Chipmunk Adventure.
The
Sorry,
Chipmunk
so you got me
Adventure,
saying
yeah.
great. He said, "Why not?" This asshole. This little asshole right
Don't
here.
hand it to him. He's gonna take the battery out. Oh yeah.
No,
No, he's just gonna
Oh, he's
put Gojo sitting right on him.
Sit on him. That's what you get.
There you go.
Now you're a stool, Tandy.
Uh-huh,
That's what-
exactly.
Think about
And
that
you will
shit.
stay like that till
Uh-huh.
next week.
no,
No, you're probably taking
No,
Gojo
yeah,
back
Gojo's
with you.
coming back home with me. He's got a
hanging
perch.
out here.
Well,
yeah, man.
is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
it.
Let's
Mhm.
wrap it
Thank
up.
you guys so much for
Yeah.
being with us and being in the chat. hit us. Come back later for our late cast. We'll be
For the
throwing
King of
hands.
Fighters.
Whoa.
King of Fighters
Select
15.
the Oda.
Yeah. Guys, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and everywhere else you like to listen
And
to.
thank you to our 2 new followers.
Yeah,
as
thank you
well.
for
Three.
Shout out for the 3
new followers.
You're closer. What are their names, Phil?
We got Moxie. We got Sixth.
Bang.
Yo.
And then we also got Flopping 28, which
Love
is my
it.
boy
Right.
Osi.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Welcome to the family. Thank you for the support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing next
Whose
week? Is it
whose
my
pick
turn?
is it? Is it yours or is it
figure
mine?
That out. We'll
is
figure
it?
it out.
We'll come back next week with a different film.
Yes.
That's what
You
we'll
know,
do.
maybe.
And more
maybe.
news.
I mean, I'm of the mindset that Elden Ring. Anyway, yeah.
I'm
We'll talk
already
about it.
watching lore videos, okay? I'm already watching them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not watching gameplay videos, but I am watching lore videos because they're not going to tell me the fucking lore. So it's
So
not like you can
you're-
spoil yourself on something that isn't really the game, huh?
I mean, with
Now,
a
is
fun
it?
side, well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
Well, okay.
With,
can I,
with this,
can I,
only
can I
because
put
it's
something?
written by.
Yeah, can I put something on the table here about it?
I don't know. I don't want to know what you know.
I don't know. I think this doesn't matter as much as you're giving it credit
I'm going
to.
in blind.
George
baby.
R. R. Martin did not write the
No,
story
he
for
helped
the
with
game.
world building.
No. Well, yes, but
Yes.
what he wrote, what the world was like before the events of the game, where everything is fucked now.
That's
so
cool.
he came up with the baseline of where things were, and then they took that and then corrupted it
Right.
completely.
That's really cool.
So I'm learning all this baseline lore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
So it's not like the lore from the actual game, because there are people who have had an opportunity to play it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so-
Asmon's been playing it all day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You
I've
guys
been-
can go watch him if you want
like,
to.
like it's been
I'd rather you
really,
wait and
really
watch me, though.
hard to look at social media, look at Twitter, look at YouTube, because I mean, spoilers are abound
Yeah.
for everything.
I
right
don't.
now.
I'm such a big Souls fan, and I don't think you could spoil this game for me at all.
Well,
like, it's not.
the Souls, the way that they deliver their
That's
stories,
exactly
is-
my point.
If
Yes.
you don't read
Yes.
a lot and
Mhm.
really like, first you have to get all the way through it, then you have to think about it.
Yep.
And piece it together.
Yep.
You know, you might learn about a specific character.
Mhm. It's like
you
picking
know.
up diamonds on a desert island, hoping one day we'll get rescued.
Love y'all.
Thank
Peace.
you guys so much. Come back later. Come back later.
Bye, everyone.